some weirdo like DM'd me and he called me subhuman. And I was like, what did I do? And he said like, I don't even know. Like this dude was goofy. And like I've been nothing but nice to this Christian content creator, and they just out of the blue, they insulted me for like no reason. And I'm like, all right, since we're enemies now, I guess I can tell the truth. Like, you suck at debating. Your arguments have been like, for like a really long time, and I was being nice to you this entire time. And so I don't know why you're just coming at me. I literally told him in the DMs, like, don't be mad at me that atheists drag you all the time and you're taking out your anger on me. You should just debate me. But he ran. He kept coming up with excuses.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, there's this Christian content creator named Stone, and out of no,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you saw the post?
No, I just woke up from a nap.
Oh, but out of nowhere, he called me a subhuman in my DMs. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm kind of like, where did that come from? But no, I just told him off, and then I made a post out of it.
I see.
It's pretty funny. Oh. But I just finished eating ramen noodles, and in an hour and 30 minutes, an event is gonna start.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a political debate.
Political debate? Which one?
America Was Never Great. And it's gonna be Volsey versus Bundy Bay.
Interesting.
The hell yeah. Other than that, I'm just chilling. Have you heard the vasectomy argument for pro-choice? I have not heard that argument. But I'm open-minded to hearing it.
I have.
Oh, tell me about it.
There's a couple that I've heard at least, and I'm sure this is not non-exhaustive, but instead of forcing or legislating AB, why are we not legislating vasectomies, which are reversible most of the time, a significant majority of the time reversible. And men have, or male bodies have the capacity to impregnate more than one female body. So why would we legislate against the woman's body but not against the man's? But I don't know if that's exactly the one that comment is referring to.
Oh. Honestly, like, kind of a good argument. I mean...
No, it's not.
It's not?
Because it's ignoring the problem,
Oh.
which is that there's bodily autonomy.
Oh.
It ignores the problem insofar as it just shifts it from, like, hey, let's limit the autonomy of women to, let's limit the autonomy of men and women. It's like, okay, whoa, I think we missed it here. We're trying to save autonomy for all, not limit it for more people.
But what?
That's just my 2 cents.
But wouldn't a pro-lifer be like, oh, since we don't legislate men, then we should not legislate women?
Yeah, that's my, I'm saying, if we don't legislate men, we should not legislate women.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, so, like, wouldn't that... If I render this argument to somebody, wouldn't it cause them to be like, okay, yeah, we should pull back on abortion?
Yeah, it should.
Oh.
But
But
that's not usually how abortion debates go, my friend. That's why I don't usually participate in them, because people get too heated.
Oh. Would some of them be like, oh, yeah, you're right. We need to legislate men, too.
Well, I'm also not the person to have a conversation with, especially against... Well, I'm actually the perfect person if they're an abolitionist. And that's because I have endometriosis, and I need specific... Do you know the difference between, like, abolitionists?
People who want to abolish things.
Well, they're for anything, so, like, IVF, the form of birth control. I use a IUD, Plan B. All of these would be considered anytime that an egg has been fertilized even if there has not been implantation, it would be considered an AB or an abortion. And for them, so that for me, right, as someone who has an IUD because of my endometriosis, um, it means that I couldn't have access. I wouldn't have access to that form of healthcare, and my endometriosis would get so much worse.
Oh. Okay, so yeah. So abolitionists are people want to get rid of like everything, even like even birth control and condoms and stuff.
Well, not necessarily birth control and condoms insofar as if it does not, at least for most abolitionists, and I could be wrong, if I remember correctly, it's if there's no chance of the egg having fertilization, then there's not necessarily a problem there. It's if there's a fertilized egg, that's where they have the problem, I think, but I don't know. Again, I don't hold the position. And I don't do a lot of political stuff, even though I'm well versed, because I find it I find that the caliber of people I speak to is not the same.
Yeah. Based. Lam Lena, good to see you. But also, yeah, like it's TikTok. I get you. I get you. But
What's up, y'all?
what you got for me, Will?
I don't know if you guys are done talking about what Miss was talking about, but
We're just shooting the shit right now.
okay, wait. Yeah, I saw your banner and I was like, oh, sure. I was thinking about it just because I'd flown in from a bunch of other lives, right? I had thoughts on the mind, and I was considering. Have you guys ever talked to Jordan?
Jordan,
I'm
the
friends with Jordan.
scientist.
Pretty good friends with Jordan.
Okay, yeah. This I know. Actually, yeah, I totally see you all the time. Coco, have you talked to Jordan?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay, bet. Okay, bet. I really love the way that he has put together an understanding of reality from the perspective of like our limitation. I think that there is like an inherent uncertainty to being a human being, but there's also a response that we have to come up with ultimately when we're living life, because the next moment is always calling and there is the choice. That is where faith proves to be, although it's like a parallel model. I really think that Jesus, God, like the way that he is revealing reality, like the way that he is positing it, the way that he is structuring it, in his word, he's revealing what is actually true. I believe it's a more foundational model for reality that works for us to actually live. You have to make a choice ultimately, and like faith is a powerful. You could call it the artifact of what that really means to even take action.
I think faith is cool, but I think like it's not really like truth producing. But I do think like for certain claims like faith might be like required.
Hey, Coco, how's it going?
What's up?
What's going?
Nice to know. Oh my
Hey, Missy,
goodness.
how are you?
you, friend?
Hey, get in there. Good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
How have you been?
I've been. I was just having a political debate. Or political topic. That's so funny that you popped in. I don't normally talk politics.
We should catch up.
Yeah,
And
no,
your
for
message.
sure.
No, I just wanted to reply to the.
Hold the politics way, then.
I wanted to reply to the guest here. I'm sorry. What should I call you? I can't see the username on here.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, I'll call you. Okay. Well. Yeah, I fundamentally disagree with the kind of the picture painting there, because I don't think faith is useful in terms of determining, one, how to live life, and two, what is true about life. And I also don't think that, again, all these things you're talking about, like, well, God has revealed himself through his word. But all those are assumptions, right? Like, why should I believe? I mean, I'm guessing you're a Christian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Why should I believe that the Bible is something that I should uh, trust?
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go next.
I also, yeah, and I would make a stronger claim than most atheists in here. I would say that categorically most versions of God are not just unlikely but impossible.
I also hold to a very similar position
Yeah.
of not saying it's not impossible. But most gods presented are logically impossible.
Yeah, and why do you say that? Like, I'm curious to see if we have the same reasoning.
I hold that a lot of them go against like the bounds of logic and understand. I also hold a lot of the times it's a god of the gaps fallacy. Most of the times I find the evidence to be incongruent with reality.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess the way I approach it is that I think, I mean, let me ask you, well, when you say God, do you mean a being outside of space and time that is a mind in a self,
Like a
but existed prior to creation alone?
Poetically, yes. But more succinctly, I would say it's the God that is, like the attribute of being itself.
But the attribute of being doesn't entail like a consciousness with intentions and design and a mind. I mean, something can exist, right? And that thing not have a. Or are you talking about just like existence as a whole somehow?
As a whole. As a whole, foundationally. It's like it's furthest back we know of, right? There's no evidence for nothingness, but there's evidence for being. And
I
from there,
agree.
there's lots of forms.
Yes. I mean, I can agree with that. I don't think nothingness is coherent, but I don't see the move from being and therefore any sort of deity or consciousness or especially any kind of theistic framework. I mean, being, like an atheist can accept that, like, yes, being is all there is, but that doesn't tell us much about anything else.
It kind of does, because somehow we got from there to here, right?
Well, what do you mean there to here? Like, I don't understand that.
Somehow the property of being has, created all of this. Like there's these distinctions of reality that now we interact with and know about.
Sorry for there's some noise. It's very windy out here. I'll try to respond this way. One, not everybody looks at being as a property. Some people look at being as the context in which properties can arise. But either way, I don't see anything about that entails theism. Like all of how we got here, how being can look in all these different ways, that could all be naturalistic, right? That all of that can be the case without any kind of intention behind it. Also, to respond to Stone, you're the one ignoring reality.
Oh
If I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, Stone, you're a flat earther. Like nobody's ignoring reality more than you.
Stone called me subhuman today out of like nowhere. And like I challenged him to a debate, but he ran like multiple
Yeah,
times.
he's one of those people. Yeah, he's one of those people that has these lives where it's basically like an echo chamber of 4 or 5 theists, essentially muting and kicking
Kicking people.
the atheists that they bring up for 2 seconds to just try to feel some power over them. It's
Are they
really
not
embarrassing.
like Himar's Darth Dawkins adjacent,
Ye-
if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Part of that.
I think so.
Okay, that would be okay. Then that means that like, hey, don't associate with those sorts of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy rock. That's heavy rock energy. I wouldn't be rocking with that if I was with Jesus.
Yeah. He would.
So I'm also gonna point to faith really quickly, and I'm gonna ask you the question. Well, if I can use faith to justify everything, why should I use faith to justify anything?
Yeah.
If you can use faith to justify everything, why should you? Yeah, I mean, I guess you would have to be asking, is there an underlying structure to faith? Is there something worth learning in the structure of faith?
No, I'm it's like, let's say after that structure of faith, you arrive at a conclusion due to the structure of faith. It's still faith based, right?
Right.
I can have, so I can come to any conclusion faith based, right? I can have faith, slightly, that the male body is superior to the female body, and then, right, I would act accordingly, and that would be wrong, right? I think we would both agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's faith. But it's faith. And if someone were to ask him, he would say, "Well, I have faith, due to this system that the male body is superior to the female body,
Grab his card.
and it's faith." So so if I can use it to justify anything, I could also use it to justify, let's say, G-side. I could use it to justify Schmurder. I could use it to justify grape. I could use it to justify anything.
Including that God doesn't exist. Right?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
if
I
it can be
agree.
used that way, why in this scenario is faith truth apt, but in other scenarios it's not?
I agree that you can have bad responses to infinity. Like you can certainly use infinity in the wrong way.
Infinity.
But if you have
Yeah, what-
What? I'm so. 1 second. What did I just ask? And I'm not trying to be condescending or rude. I want to just know where you're at. What did I just ask you?
I don't know if you necessarily asked me.
I asked you something very specific, actually.
I didn't realize you were asking me something specific. I thought you were bringing up an idea about how we can look at the capacity to justify anything.
I was talking about faith. Right? So I was saying, because faith can be used to justify anything,
Right?
why is it truth apt in your situation or in your capacity? Why does your faith suddenly truth apt when all of the other ones aren't?
Right. So what I'm ultimately, I mean, now you're having a different conversation about like Christianity as a basis, not necessarily just faith as a factor,
No, I'm simply saying faith.
right? Or am I?
Well, can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
And Missy, tell me if I'm misrepresenting you, but I don't think I am, right? But I think what Miss is pointing to is that faith in principle, like as a methodology, right? If it can be shown that with faith anybody can believe anything, right, including that God doesn't exist, I think she's asking, why would you say that? Why would you think that faith for your claim is somehow more justified or credible than faith for any other claim which would be counter to yours? Like you say, you have faith God exists. Say, I have faith God doesn't exist. Clearly, faith isn't what's going to tell us who's right. Am I understanding you correctly, Missy?
That's perfect. I probably was just a little bit wonky with my words. But yeah, if it can be used to justify anything, why should it be used or everything, why should it be used to justify anything? That was the basic.
Right. And I think that was where I was at, is essentially, I think you're looking at a different qualifier for what's like, why would you justify it? Why would you justify faith, really? Like, what's the usefulness of faith? And is there some merit to using it? Typically, we just move that directly
I'm not
onto
necessarily
truth.
talking about merit. I'm asking, is there truth?
Exactly. But I'm saying that broadly, like, there's many things that can be the qualifier for justification, right?
That works.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see how this addresses my point as well.
I'm saying, like, whenever I initially, I guess to be, what you're asking me, I think, is a question specifically about truth. And I came up here to talk about having an understanding of reality, which is separate than just the
Is
the
reality not
limited
truth?
picture.
Is
Well, we have
your-
we have a limited picture of what we know is true.
I agree with that.
Right?
Sure, right? But what
So
is this?
we're eternally limited. Like, we will always have things that are true that we just can't see yet.
Sure, but
What
an
does this
atheist
have
can
to
agree
do
with
with
that.
faith?
Right. Like an atheist can agree with everything you just said and not view faith as useful or view religion or theism as true or justified.
Well, in order to be able to encounter that terrain, then, right? That terrain of what's out there that I can't see yet that is true, but I'm simply just limited in this moment to experience what I'm experiencing now at my
You can't,
capacity.
but you can't.
Absolutely, you
But
can. That's why we have philosophy. That's why Cease to Know and
Intuition,
I and Coco
right?
and so many
no,
engage in this philosophy on a daily basis.
I wouldn't say intuition. I think intuition, in fact, in most cases, can be shown to be wrong. I think that yes, like Missy was saying, like I think philosophy is a tool that can help us understand things, even if they're not directly visible. But then there is a domain which is just not going to be accessible. Period, and we can't say anything about it, regardless of how much science or philosophy we have. Yes, we are limited in the ways in which we're limited, but there's nothing about your faith or Christianity or anything like that that you can show isn't purely imaginary, right?
Well,
And
conceptually, you can think of a place that, like, you could think of a ideological place where everything is accessible to you, where the qualifier is like, that is the actual qualifier. And you wouldn't, and normally if you just come in here and you have no idea about where you should be looking, it's an impossible problem. You have infinity to search for. But if somebody points and shows you the way there, that's useful, isn't it?
I genuinely don't really understand what most of that means. Like I can't imagine of something beyond my perception, right? And I could always think that because I'm confined to my perception, if something was different than how I'm perceiving it, I would never know, right? None of that entails infinity. None of that entails faith being useful, right? We're just talking about our epistemic limitations, which is fine. Like an atheist can accept those epistemic limitations.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. I feel like I missed it.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything about
Get him.
our limitations in terms of what we can know that requires faith or requires God or requires religion. Like none of that really makes any sense. I'm getting. Oh, thank you first. I have to drop for a couple minutes. I gotta take a phone call.
Oh, no, you're good.
But I'll request back up. And Coco and Missy, always good to see you.
Yeah, always good to
I
see you
can
too.
kind of continue because I know in the general
Right.
direction.
That's cool. Yeah, and I'm rocking with what I see. What he's saying. I see what he's saying. Ultimately, like what I'm describing, I think, is our method of living, if you will. Like we have to have some sort of like pragmatic approach to life, and I think that having faith in mind and knowing what that entails, the wisdom of what we've learned about, so that we can make intuitive projections into the future. I
What do
think
you
that's
mean by
valuable.
faith here? I guess I really need to hone in on this.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I think faith is just like anything that you can't specifically say that you know.
Whoa, anything that you say you can't know.
Yeah. Something that you have no
If
what
you
would it
have,
be?
are you saying you have no epistemic access to this? Are you saying you have no phenomena of this? Like,
No tactile, like the actual like sensory experience of it.
that is just not at all how I was understanding faith, which was a leap made in logic due to a strongly held feeling or some sort of personal experience.
Well, but isn't it? It sort of fits, right? Like, how do you describe air to somebody for the first time
Well,
that doesn't know about
I tell
air?
them about particles. I say like, okay,
But hold
lots
on,
of
hear me out.
particles bounce
They
around
didn't
the
know.
air, right?
They
We
didn't
have-
know about particles. They didn't even really think to know that there was something to be questioned about the stuff they were breathing and walking around in, right? They had no knowledge of it.
What? Of course they had knowledge of the fact that they were in air. if they have an experience, if they have a conscious experience of air, they have the qualia of air. And if they ask about that, then I'm confused. I don't understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
no, this is cool. You're making me think about it too. I think that I'm saying that it's not conscious until they can articulate it, until they recognize
Okay,
it.
so are you gonna say that something like something that can have qualia but can't communicate it, they're just SOL?
But can't communicate it. Like,
Like a cat.
but they can.
Can they?
Yeah, I think so, in their own
Okay,
way.
what counts as communication here?
Hmm.
Does there need to be intelligibility?
Yes.
Okay, and then if there's intelligibility, how am I going to be able to tell what my cat is? We don't have a similar language processing center. We don't even have the same access to that.
But some people do. They found ways to translate what animals are saying, and it's like a different language.
That's not a thing, my love. That's not a thing.
I'm not sure we can do that yet.
There is.
No, we understand cats' body language. Right?
Yes.
But that's not what they're saying. Right? If we want to talk about intelligibility, right?
I'd say communication is what I'm really trying to say with
Okay,
saying.
then communicate. We can go back. I'm fine with that. Communication.
Yeah.
Right. So communication is required.
Yes.
But there are things that have qualia that can't communicate.
But it's like the reception of it. It is like the conscious reception of it. But like
So,
again,
well, what
for
do you
me,
mean
the
by
conscious
conscious?
Yeah. Like it's like whenever you actually know about it. I think it's literally that the moment
Whatever
that
you know about it is conscious.
Yeah. You're catching me now. I was feeling this earlier too. Whenever I said it, I was like, I'm not sure if that's necessarily true.
No,
This idea of not knowing.
I don't.
I think it's just anything that's not present. Like what do you call that? Stuff that's in the future that you just can't know about. Well,
If you
see,
don't
like, I
have a
wanna use it that
perception
way.
of it, it doesn't exist. If it's unable to be perceived by anyone, it just doesn't exist, right? We can all grant that, I hope.
If it's unable to be perceived. Okay.
So let's say that there is. Let's say
I don't
in
know
the
that.
middle of the Pacific Ocean, there is a trash pile that consists of two plastic bags, a couple of water bottles, and like a slightly used condom. No one has ever seen that. No one has ever experienced that. Does it exist?
Yeah. Well, I guess
Does
it depends
it?
on what. You're asking about like what are you asking about it that exists?
I'm saying if I'm asking you, this thing it's never been perceived
But you
ever
kind of
by any
perceive it
mind.
right now.
I don't even know what I'm asking now. I've just gone down the rabbit hole with you, man.
I know it's tough. It's so
Hey,
difficult.
I am very ADHD, and when I meet another person with it, we just go down a road.
Well, it's communication. Ultimately, like this is definitely where we're getting to. Is that it's communication. To be able to communicate.
Sure, I can grant that the most
logical
important thing
limits.
about evolution was language. The language development center in our brain. We recognize that, and a really great way to understand how important language is for human psychology and development is understanding feral children, the psychology behind that, the phenomena of feral children, understanding language deprivation and what it does to the brain and how it fundamentally changes. So communication, I agree with you, is extremely important. It's literally why we are human.
Yes.
Communication is why we are human. What does that have to do with faith?
I think it's what we're looking towards in the wisdom to have anything.
What do you mean by wisdom? What we're looking for in the wisdom. I don't know what you mean by that.
So I think that not you necessarily, but the other fellow said that experiences would be like this basis for, I guess a conscious experience. I'm not sure. Or were you saying that? Or am I just getting this all wrong?
I I want to bring it back to faith.
Okay.
So, you were saying that faith is things that we just can't know.
But I don't think that's actually true, because I do think that being able to see them even ideologically, right? Like just exploring them as an idea, that is knowing them.
So, for you, anything outside of knowledge, does this have to be your knowledge? Or the individual's knowledge? Or does this have to be outside of knowledge in general?
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that is outside of knowledge.
Interesting. So what if we haven't... Repeat that? Sorry, I have memory issues.
Yeah, I don't think that I believe there's anything outside of knowledge.
So we could never discover something new and learn anything new.
Yeah, you're making me realize it's something about like the saving in your brain. Like, is it saved in your brain yet? Like, can you say that you have that save state, that you've encountered it, I suppose?
Cool. And then another question is, how can I ever know if someone else has that same save state in their brain?
Right, and that's what makes communication so hard.
Well, that's what makes it important, right?
And it's ultimately a leap of faith. Like, I can never know.
I just disagree. I'd say that communication is not faith. Communication is is an important evolutionary tool. We have faith in individuals and how they communicate. Now that's individualized. I don't see how that could be
But it makes us better, doesn't it?
faith? No.
It does. Talking with other people totally adds to our life.
Sure, talking with other people. I don't consider that faith, right? Remember I think my definition of faith is just it stands as a better and more understood definition.
Like, do you think that you can have certainty about anything I'm telling you ever?
So, okay, well, are we talking... So, this is... I see where you're going with this.
Yes.
Are we talking about epistemic certainty?
Yes.
So, I can say that I have a very high understanding. Will there always be a level of me saying, like, there's a room for error? Yes. But I still hold mine to be pretty dang sound.
Right, but ultimately that's a leap of faith. That is an inherent leap of faith.
So, and again, right, I'm not going to say that there's no leaps of faith required within, right? The only leap of faith I require in logic is two things as a foundationalist, right? So, when I'm talking about epistemology, we're talking about, okay, how can we know things, right? How do we get here? There are two premises and two precepts that you have to take, two axioms. One, I can trust my senses up and to a point, and B, laws of logic, or the law of logic, of to be and not be. Those two are the foundational principles. After that, I don't need to take a lot of leaps.
Hello.
Okay. So you're still, that's basically where I was at. I'm saying that you need faith in there.
Oh.
To
Sure.
operate.
So if mine, just because mine requires faith in this one thing, which I wouldn't say it's faith, I would say that it's more of a needing to establish a axiom in order to find coherency.
Yes.
But there's a very large difference there. Right?
That's not different.
So you're okay. So if you're saying that faith is just like a jump that you have to make in order to have coherency.
Yes.
You're saying having faith in God is a jump like this?
Yes, exactly. That is
Okay,
literally.
this
I think that is
jump
perfect. That is like, that is
can still be.
I'm so grateful because that is like a translation of the simplification of what.
I do try to understand
Yes.
people and actually repeat what they're saying.
Yes.
I'm not gonna try to misrepresent your position.
Faith is a belief in something without like empirical evidence.
Boom. I agree.
Yeah.
Faith
But
is-
understanding how it works and how do you work with faith in the system is essentially what I think the big collection of these, quote unquote godly works are. And I believe that the one that's accurate is Jesus. I think that Jesus's words, using the history of his, Judaic tradition, right, ultimately is telling us a foundational truth about reality and precepts that are really worthwhile in chasing.
I agree. We all have faith in something, right? Mine's just religious and that sort. So I agree with what Will said. I have faith in I guess in the Christ figure and what that represents.
Right, I'm gonna say that I'm not having faith, right? I'm not having something that is not.
Shoot, my Wi-Fi sucks.
And see, it's useful.
Can you explain
It's
to me like
useful.
what faith
It's
I'm supposed
useful
to
to
have?
think about infinity. Like, how would you structure reality if
What
you
was
were the
that,
one?
Tiz? 1 second.
I
You're
just
really
want to
quiet.
so Well said that like we need to have faith. What faith is this that I need to have?
Everyone has faith. You have faith in your doctor that he will perform like proper surgery on you, right?
Well, no,
We
I
all-
don't have faith in that. I can.
We all have faith on something.
For him to
I think
become a doctor, he would have to prove that.
If Missy
Yeah,
could
but
repeat what she
he's
said
still
earlier, it might help Tiz.
What I'm trying to say is that the systems we have in place, like legal stuff, laws, they're all faith-based. Like the economy, for example, that's all faith-based. We believe it works, hence it working.
No,
I
it shows
just
it
don't think
works.
we're
It
having
doesn't
enough.
believe. I don't believe that society works. I can see that society works.
Okay, that was a bad analogy. Then let's say money.
Like the same thing with the doctor. I don't believe that the doctor like just became a doctor out of nowhere. I know that he had to go to school to become a doctor. He had to prove that he could be a doctor, and then he became a doctor. That's just how a doctor works. I don't have faith in that.
But there's honesty in our epistemic uncertainty, right? There's honesty in saying we can't know, but we have to make a decision. We have to move. We have to live, and do something that comes next.
Wait, we can't know what?
We can't really know anything about the future, or
That's
anything beyond the
fine.
present.
The future just doesn't exist right now. Like what are you talking about? Anything in the future hasn't been created yet.
Hasn't been created yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hello.
That's an interesting
I
philosophy.
mean, do you think a phone existed in the 1600s? Like, do you think an iPhone existed in the 1600s?
Because I'm looking at it from a baseline of just existing. Like, if it's there, it exists. We don't know about not.
Yeah, and
existing.
it's not there yet.
We don't know about any non-existence. Like, there's no evidence for non-existence.
Does my granddaughter exist?
Yeah, like what?
1 second. Listen. Yeah. Does my granddaughter exist?
But see, and then that I'm like, is that the distinction that you say between created? So I'm wondering if you're talking about like simulation, kind of. Oh, we're actively creating the world at every present moment as like a conscious agent.
Oh my God.
What?
Everything that.
Oh wait,
that
did
has
you
the
just try to
potential-
throw idealism into the mix? What the hell?
I'm
Everything
so
that
confused.
has-
Okay, so
Well, 'cause
do you
that's what I
think
was
that, like,
hearing in what he was
wait,
saying.
Do you think that like let's just say a pencil that was in the desert and no one's seen it before, it was just there. Do you think that just doesn't exist or it does exist? Like, I'm confused what you're saying here.
I think that every single place a pencil could possibly be exists.
What?
Like the potential of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
The potential of the pencil being there?
Yes.
Okay, I see. It's like
Okay,
the whole.
yeah, okay, so
like the whole
I can say
granddaughter
the
like,
potential.
no, your
of it
granddaughter
is
doesn't
there
exist,
and-
but the potential of it occurring does. So it doesn't negate that your granddaughter doesn't exist. It's just the potential of it occurring does.
But like, if we're going in the past, we can't say that the potential, like, not the potential for all things cannot exist unless that thing exists.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're arguing for when we say that a God figure exists.
And then how do you structure reality from that place?
Yeah,
knowing
how
that
do you-
everything's
But
out
you're
there?
just saying that a God can potentially exist.
No, I'm
Wait,
saying
wait,
you.
whoa,
no, I'm
whoa,
saying
whoa,
you
whoa! I just
said-
had a big thing. Are you saying that faith is the foundation of your Knowledge?
Yeah, she's lost.
I'm
That's
saying that faith is the
No, not
appropriate
you.
response.
Well,
Oh my God.
is faith the foundation of your knowledge?
I'd say that faith is the foundational.
I'm asking you if that's what you mean.
It's the proper response. It's the proper response to everything that I know.
Wait. So if you have faith, then you don't know. That's just.
Right. Well, I'm limited. I know that
So
I'm
do you
limited.
believe that you know anything?
Yes, I believe that I know lots of stuff, but I'm also limited. And this was what I was running into
So
with
then,
Missy,
the
because I don't know if I
thing
should be
that you
saying.
know, you just wouldn't have faith in because you just know it. Just you don't believe that you
Again,
that
this
these
comes.
things occurs. You just know that it would occur.
The way I see it is that let's say there's like a snake on the ground and I'm blind or something. If there's someone that does have that potential to see the snake, then I have faith that that person is correct in saying that there is a snake on the ground.
Well, you don't have
I
to.
have trust. What's
Whereas
the
I'm blind and I don't
difference
know
So,
that.
between
but
semantics?
even as a blind person, right?
Faith.
If the situation that you're
Trust
saying
applies
that
with
like
faith.
this situation, this is like hypothetical that you're saying that you're blind, or someone that's like blind and there's a snake on the ground. That blind person can use other evidence to conclude that that is a snake, other than seeing. They don't have to see the
I
thing
agree.
to conclude that it is
I agree.
that
That's why
thing.
faith isn't like solely why people believe. There's a lot of people that believe without faith. So you straight up think or know that God exists.
No, I think that sounds
Someone in
different. That
the
sounds different to
yeah.
what, well, at least we were initially discussing with Missy. But
Oh,
I don't know if
I
that's
wasn't there for
what
that. Sorry.
Tiz was. Yeah, if you were on the same page with Tiz.
Yeah. So my question was to he said that I need to have faith, and I'm just trying to ascertain like what I need to have faith in.
Yeah, you have to have faith whenever you recognize that you can't have certainty about what comes next, right? Like you only know about this present moment, what you see and what you have available to you, and your particular conscious image of that.
What do you? I'm confused. Can you further explain that?
So, are you saying that you only believe what you see?
Am I saying I only believe what I see? I'm saying that that's it. Okay, so we're seeing it. There's a distinction here between like something being created and existing, and then like whatever I'm trying to parallel to whenever I say having experienced it myself versus knowing that it's an experience I can have, that it's a possibility.
Okay, do you believe that George Washington was the first president? Even though you've never seen him, but there is historical evidence that he was.
Right, I believe that's.
So it's not about just seeing it, it's about the historical evidence of it.
I just
It's
don't
about
know.
putting that is faith. That is literally what faith is all these people are all these historical documents. I put my faith that George Washington was the first president because there's so much evidence that he actually was. And I think that's where Christianity stems from.
I agree.
Well, no, I don't. Okay, so I don't agree with that. Like, I don't believe
It's like
that he
wisdom.
was president. I know that he was president. I don't have to see something in order for it to like be that thing. I don't have to see India to know India exists. I don't have to see India to know India is India. Like that's just I don't understand like how we're getting to the conclusion that you have to have faith in it.
So I'm saying that is faith, though. That is because you have not personally seen or experienced it.
And
You
again,
know
this
it's
is
true.
where I want to just chime in and say that we haven't actually like honed in on the definition of faith that's actually coherent. We're all using different words when we say faith, instead of using some sort of like understanding of what this word means. Right? We have some people that think it's this, some people that think it's that. What's faith?
I think it's in like the religious sense, it's realizing that there is more than matter and time. There's more than that, and like science has no idea about the start of us or anything.
So, faith is the questions that we have that aren't answered.
But it's believing too.
Oh,
Okay.
got you.
It's
I don't have that. and I think that my worldview is still coherent. And so, again, I'm gonna ask the question I asked. Well, if faith can be used to justify everything, why faith? Why should faith be used to justify anything?
Why is that? Wait.
So
If faith can be used to justify everything, so I could have faith that, and I said earlier that men are better than women. I could have faith in that. I could just say, yeah, no, I think that, I have faith in that. I believe in that, even though I don't, I have faith in that.
because there's no evidence. You have no evidence.
It's the
That would be
mechanism.
faith, though. That would still be a faith, right? You're believing in that because
It doesn't
of...
make it true, though.
Isn't faith the
Well,
mechanism of
this is the
justification?
point.
That's the point.
This is the point.
Yeah.
Just because it's faith doesn't mean it's truth act,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. 100%.
Cool.
Wait, faith literally means belief without evidence, right?
But there's different. You can't categorize faith into one category. You could say, I have more faith that George Washington was president than I have faith in some other things that are less documented, because
Okay, well,
there's levels
this
to faith.
separation between faith and trust is going to be like some sort of like evidentiary or like precept, right? And then I'm just going to say like, okay, well now I have a symmetry breaker between trust and faith, so why should I have faith when I can use trust?
It's the same thing. How can you separate them? is
Well,
what I'm
I just
saying.
gave a symmetry breaker between trust, right? So based on my precept, I'm able to form an understanding and a system that says, A has happened and then B happens. A has happened enough that B will happen. Does that make sense?
But how do you know that A happened?
Because it's happened over and over to me. A happened could be I drink water.
But
And
how do
then
you know it
I get
happened?
hydrated.
Base
Gone to
level
this. I've
uncertainty.
already told you that I hold to foundationalism. I've explained what that is. And
I've not understood. I'm sorry,
I
I didn't
was-
know that you were
I
explaining
was after
foundation.
that.
oh
mean,
yeah, no,
e-
I
even
explained
if-
my epistemology.
Even
Yeah,
if like
I think, like,
this
I
was
thought
just,
we were on
like,
the same
be
page,
virtual,
mostly.
right? Like even if like we're brains in a vet and like this would still be considered reality to us. Like this would just I don't understand like what this is leading to.
I think I'm just drawing attention to a facet of that reality.
Do you believe that there's no consciousness? Is that kind of what you're saying?
No.
All right.
I'm so confused.
I was talking to Missy. I was saying,
I'm okay. Well, the problem is that Well was talking to me about faith and had a completely different understanding of faith. And then Rom came up and I had a conversation about faith. And my brain, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm one individual and I cannot handle that many different definitions and understanding of faith.
Same.
Especially when I hold my own understanding.
Right.
My
right.
own literature that I've read, right? So, faith, again, it boils down to, unless you can give me an argument as to, faith is not truth apt. You've already acknowledged that, Burbus, right? Faith is not truth apt. Doesn't make it true.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Yeah, that is about everything.
Yep. So belief
think-
in and of itself is not truth apt.
so you
If-
think you shouldn't believe anything?
That's not.
I mean, beliefs
If I
must be
believe
just-
Santa
the
Claus is
mechanism.
real, right? If I believe that Santa Claus rides around in a sleigh and giving gifts, is that fact?
But it's
No,
the
because there's
mechanism.
no evidence to it.
Okay,
It's
then.
the mechanism of how you actually, take the leap to believe.
And why? Why do you believe? That's the whole point of it.
as long as you have a
Because you count it as valuable.
justification.
Yeah, justification. That's the whole point of it. Is you have to justify why you believe.
I mean, a proper justification. You can have a wrong
Again-
justification, but
Again, when we are talking about faith in a vacuum, faith can be used to justify everything. Therefore,
faith is
faith
never
should
used
be
in
used to
vacuum.
justify nothing.
faith is never used in the vacuum. It's almost when we talk about faith, it's almost always in the context of I have faith in this and this and this. We don't believe Santa Claus is real because we obviously know it's like false. But that's because when we say that we have faith in Jesus, it's not the same faith we're applying to Santa Claus.
Okay. There's a difference there. So what's that difference? Is it going to be...
It's going to be evidence. Evidence.
Exactly.
Evidence.
What I
Okay,
just
how
said.
are we defining evidence? I'm going to define evidence as that which is raising the probability of something being true.
I would say they
agree
are
with
the
that.
same. They're pointing to the same thing. I would say that's the
So
whole
let's
purpose
say
of what
let's
Jesus
say
is
that
about.
let's say that let's point to the historical evidence. Early Christians, I guess, agree
Sure, I'll hold to
And
that
then
there is
early
evidence for
secular
Christianity.
sources
I'm not going to
to-
deny that.
that a Jesus figure existed. Now, the whole faith evidence part should really be derived from how much do you believe that evidence, how much do you trust in the old covenant to fulfill the new covenant and stuff like that. That's why
You have gone off the rails.
Yeah, I'm confused how you like got to faith like in that, because you're saying that we know that Jesus figure existed, and then you're saying because of that we have faith that what? I'm confused.
Well, I mean, it's not really when we say the Jesus figure existed, that's a fact. So, the whole faith part should be derived from did Jesus do the things that he did? Like, for example, did Jesus cure the blind or something?
Oh wait,
I think
also,
that's a part of faith.
really quick, after you finish your sentence, hello everyone. There's 16 people in here. In about 40 minutes, I'm going to be hosting a debate between two individuals. It's going to be a political debate on America Was Never Great. So tune in for that. That's happening in 40 minutes. So it's going to be a formal debate, not like loose leaf. I host formal debates, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up. But if you can, please tap your screen, share it with anybody who you think might be interested, so we can get as many people in here for that debate event that's happening in 40 minutes. Okay, continue.
Where were we at?
Faith.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got lost.
You were connecting faith and the Jesus figure existing.
Okay, all right. So there is obviously, I think 55,000 manuscripts about same character who did this stuff, but you have to also take into consideration who originally saw him rise from the tomb. And it was women, which back in the day, if you were trying to convince a large crowd of people
This
that
is
something
such
was
a bad
true,
argument. One second. It would be extremely weird in a historical context if male individuals had gone to the tomb. That was done by women. Within anthropology, we recognize this. So no, that's not actually what you think it is.
So
It would be evidence against you if, I don't think you understand.
I was saying historically, women were not known to be believed. Like, if you were trying to convince a large crowd of people, you would not say women first saw him.
Yes, but if you wanted to be accurate, then you would say that women saw him first. Why? Because that's what anthropology does, what history tells us, is that women were the first to go to these things.
I think you're totally with it. I think Rubus is pointing to whenever you're looking at scholarship of like scripture, there is an accepted, recognition of the cultural biases of the time, like the internalized misogyny, right? Like that is a real thing. We know about that. We recognize that in the old.
That's fine.
Like,
That can
I wanna
still
know-
exist, but
what I wanna
you're
know
saying
when this-
is that they can't say it another way, or they would be inaccurate to what their rules and regulations were at the time.
When does
Men
the
would
author
not be
ever?
able to be there, so they would have to
does-
say it's women.
When does the author ever present these women as eyewitnesses to the empty tomb anyway?
right. It'd just be silly for God to do it that
Well, no,
way.
I'm
if he
saying
wanted
the
people to
author.
do
No,
it.
hold on. That's not the author. The author never presents the woman as eyewitnesses anyway. The author tells us they didn't tell anybody.
I'm pretty positive they went back to
Well, it was
the
Mary
village.
Magdalene. It was Mary Magdalene who went to the tomb, right, and saw the empty tomb first.
Right. So in
I don't know about it.
I thought it was-
initial story that the other people are getting the idea from, and Mark, when the woman discovered the tomb, they run away and flee afraid and don't tell anybody about it, right? So they're not even presented as eyewitnesses to begin with. They're
But how do
simply
we
just
know?
there as a literary device. How do we know what?
How do we know that they witnessed him?
That he's not presenting them as a witness.
It's Scripture says that they witnessed him.
It says they didn't tell anybody. That means they're not a witness, right? If they were a witness, there would be, they told people, or the author's not presenting them as an eyewitness.
How do we
He's not-
know that they witnessed him if they didn't tell anyone?
Yeah, Mark is not presenting them as if it's a historical fact. It's a literary story. He's saying, look, there's these people. Look, if you understand the context of the Gospel of Mark, the Gospel of Mark is presenting all these people that follow Jesus that abandoned him, right? That's the idea Mark's presenting. He has Peter that abandoned Jesus, the disciples abandoned Jesus, the woman abandoned Jesus, and it's a theological point Mark is raising, the author of Mark. He's saying, all these people abandoned Jesus, right? What are you going to do? The person here in the story, are you going to abandon him too? That's a theological point, because the people external to the group understand who Jesus is. The centurion knows Jesus is God. He proclaims it, right? But the people inside the circle don't understand what the hell is going on, right? So Mark is presenting, he's doing this as a theological point to the person hearing the story. He's not presenting these people that discover the tomb as an eyewitness. If he was presenting them as an eyewitness, he would say he wouldn't say these people didn't tell anybody about it.
I agree that it is a point. It is a theological point. I wouldn't agree that Mark is the one making it necessarily, because if it happened, if this is a witness, it's something that was written in real life.
If Mark wanted to present an eyewitness, he wouldn't say they didn't tell anybody, because eyewitness testimony was very important in antiquity. Right, that was one of the strongest pieces of evidence, like an ancient writer could present to an event happening. And he definitely, if he had eyewitness testimony of this empty tomb, and it wasn't just a story he heard or legend he was creating, one of the two, he wouldn't say these people discovered the tomb and didn't tell anybody about it.
They obviously told people about it. How could we know about it?
I just gave you two scenarios where Mark could have had the story in his gospel. One scenario is it was a legend he heard about, and the second scenario is that Mark made it up as a literary plot point. Those are two reasonable explanations I've given you as to why that story is in the Gospel of Mark.
But we know, like, at least if you take any sort of, like, perspective on, like, the, you know, where you're getting your information from, they're looking at the intention, and they're going, this guy says he wants to follow the guy who doesn't lie and tells the truth. Why in the world would he lie in the story?
Wait,
It's not a lie.
Could it be the case that Peter told Mark?
Hold on.
Good.
Well, Peter, the woman don't tell Peter though; they run away afraid, right? The woman going back to Peter. There's an echo. I don't know.
Oh, I know what it is.
The woman going back and telling Peter that part of the verses 9 through 20. That's added later to the story, right? That's not originally in the Gospel of Mark. So, this idea of Peter being told by the woman is a later invention, right? When Matthew is redacting and copying Mark, he adds that to the story.
It's a theory. It's a theory.
It's the mainstream consensus what I'm talking about right now.
No, I think Sir is actually right. I mean, it doesn't like discredit what actually occurred.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think it's theologically important. But most likely, what Sir is explaining is correct.
Yeah.
No, I think it does. I think, look, okay, this would be like if I was reading The Boy Who Cried Wolf, okay? And I'm reading The Boy Who Cried Wolf, and there's a point, there's like some sort of moral point, let's say the author is trying to make in The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And I said, look, isn't it amazing that we have this particular character in The Boy Who Cried Wolf? Why would the character invent that? No one would believe it. Well, the point is that that character is in The Boy Who Cried Wolf for a moral point or some sort of other point, overall point the author is trying to make. There's no reason to think that the author is presenting this person as a direct eyewitness. You're just not understanding the context of the story.
Okay, can I speak on this? So in Mark, I do agree that he is creating some sort of like, I don't know the word for it, but trying to say that there is initial silence. But if you go to Matthew, Luke, and John, it does say that those women went and told people about it.
Are you aware of the? Are you aware of like Mark and priority and the synoptic problem and all that stuff?
No.
Okay, so this is I can give you reasons why if you're curious, but they're pretty technical. What I'm telling you right now is the mainstream academic consensus. So the mainstream academic consensus is that Mark wrote first, and that Matthew and Luke are copying Mark and using that as one of the main source for their story, right? So when you see a story that's contained in what scholars call it the triple tradition, that when that story is in the triple tradition, that means it's in Mark, Matthew, and Luke. They're getting that story from Mark. So the empty tomb is found in Mark's gospel, right? So the woman discovering the empty tomb is found in Mark, Matthew, and Luke. So when Matthew and Luke have a different version of the story, they're getting the idea or they're copying the idea from Mark. So there's no statistical independence there between the two. So you can't point.
Sir, I agree with you. But Mark was used for source, but
How do you know?
also the academic consensus also says that there's a separate source called the Q document. I think you know what it is.
Yeah, well, that's actually pretty highly debated today.
But it is this consensus though.
It's not the consensus right now. There's a lot of people that hold to something called the Ferrer hypothesis. There's also a hypothesis where Marcion was first. There's also a hypothesis called Q plus that includes Papias. There's also there's tons of hypotheses to answer the
there's tons of hypotheses. Doesn't disregard the consensus.
Most scholars do hold to the two source hypothesis that you're talking about, but that's not a consensus.
Yeah, but most scholars, again, my point is that most scholars agree with the consensus.
If it's most scholars, that's a consensus, isn't it?
No, no. That's not a consensus, right? There's a lot of debate about what he's talking about, right? About what is the best response to the synoptic problem. There's a lot of debate about that. There's not a lot of debate about Mark and priority.
I'm glad there's a lot of debate about it, but if there is a majority of people that think one thing, it's the consensus.
No. Do you understand the difference I just laid out for you? The difference is there's a lot of debate about what the best response is to the synoptic problem. There's not a lot of debate about Mark and priority.
Okay, so we're in agreement that Mark in particular using the source.
No.
Most likely happened.
No, even under the two source hypothesis, Mark isn't using Q. That's not what Q is.
No, I'm saying that Mark was used as the source for the other Gospels.
Yes, Mark. So the most scholars hold to two source, which I don't think is actually the best.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. Two source.
Yeah, but the two source doesn't get you out of this problem I've raised. I don't know why you're even bringing it up. The Q document you're talking about is supposed to be a list of Jesus's logia, stuff Jesus said. Right? There's nothing in that document that would get around this empty tomb sort of disagreement.
Well, the Q source is hypothetical, so we don't exactly know.
It's a hypothetical document that's supposed to be stuff Jesus said. Yeah.
Yeah, it contained, but again, we don't know what it did contain, and we know that the consensus is that it most likely existed. So we could argue about the contents of what the Q document was, but
I don't think it did most likely. I actually think there's really good arguments against it, but even if we hold to a theory that includes Q, the Q is supposed to be the reason for positing Q is that you have areas where Matthew and Luke agree almost word for word that's not found in Mark. So it's like, how do we explain that, right? Well, the theory that a lot of scholars have proposed was a separate document that contains that stuff that's not in Mark, and it just so happens that stuff is largely stuff Jesus said, right? So that's why they propose this idea that there's some lost saying source that includes stuff Jesus said. Right? But that doesn't get around the 52 issue that I brought up.
Okay, I see that. Didn't they all gather in a room to talk about it though? The disciples?
No,
I was gonna ask, is this just gonna be some deductive argument, or are you just gonna be are you trying to do some kind of certainty argument?
Okay, well, I don't even know how to answer that question because No one's being a fallibilist here about knowledge. I'm not anyways. I'm not saying I'm certain. And it's obviously not going to be deductive because we're talking about history. So it's going to be some sort of inductive case that's being made.
I appreciate that, Ivan, because I think I would be more appreciative of those qualities in discussion rather than historicity.
But Brutus, to your question, did the disciples hang out in a room and talk about it? I mean, sure. I mean, the people that followed Jesus probably talked about whatever experiences they claimed to have, but I don't think there's any reason to think that the gospel accounts are written by the people that are attributed to them. I wouldn't say any reason. I don't think the reasons for outweigh the reasons against. I think the reasons against far outweigh the reasons for.
Wait, so what's the reason why you don't think in how the knowledge of it changes my day-to-day life? You know, I'm not worried about whether or not I should pay attention to it or not. Man, I'll hear anybody out. I'll read the thing.
Well, hold on, really quick. Go ahead, J-Rob. What are you gonna say?
I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Oh, but interesting stuff.
If I'm searching for truth and I'm searching for, some sort of basis to live my life off of, like a philosopher, I think it has great value.
I agree.
So I guess are we just arguing about the authorship of?
Well, that's not what I was.
Initially, it was about faith, and then the topic went to the historical context, and then it went to, I guess, the difference, or I guess how the other gospels, except for Mark, were conceived.
We were talking about the empty tomb. That's why.
Well, that's what I came up initially when you're talking about like Mark with the women. Like, how do you think Mark knew that the women were there first if the women didn't tell?
Okay, let me try to explain. I've tried to explain this several times, but I'll try again. Mark is not presenting this as a historical fact. It's a theological point.
So the women just simply being at the tomb period is a theological point?
No, the woman being at the tomb is part of what we'd expect in the culture, right? And the reason why they're introduced into the story of these people that discover the tomb is because they are presented with the overwhelming evidence that Jesus resurrected, yet they still deny what they saw and they run away afraid. That's the point Mark's trying to make.
It's a theological point.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just said.
What? So.
Wait, actually, this might be a dumb question, but is there anything in the writing that indicates this, or?
Yeah. All the other characters that are in Jesus' inner circle abandoned him too in Mark's story. Peter abandons him. The disciples abandoned Jesus.
Yeah,
Judas turns Jesus over.
Wait, all these. Wait, let him finish.
Did you hear my question, bro?
Who, me or J-Rob?
Sir, go ahead and finish.
You.
Yeah. Okay. All the people in the story abandoned Jesus, right? The disciples abandoned Jesus. Peter abandoned Jesus. Judas turns Jesus in. All these people that Jesus presents all this evidence to, they're presented as kind of idiots in the story. They don't get what the hell's going on. Yeah. Right? And then
you're not answering my question.
Well, hold on. We'll get to it.
I'm answering Coco's question. I've already answered your question.
You did?
We'll come back to it. But basically what you're saying is like everybody abandoning Jesus. Yeah. It's like a theological point. It's like
and then the people in the outside of the circle, they get what the hell's going on, right? Like the centurion, he gets that Jesus is messianic, right? He proclaims it, right? And then also the people in the different villages, they fucking get what the hell's going on. But the disciples are presented as idiots, right? So what Mark is trying to do, in my opinion, is present this theological point that all these people that knew Jesus that were presented with this evidence denied who he was, right? And the people hearing the story, the kind of point is, hey, what are you going to do? Are you going to deny him too? That's what's going on. So there's no reason to think that part is historical.
Also, really quick, does John, okay, this is going to be a stretch, but does John also sort of wink at this when he tells the story of Doubting Thomas?
No, Doubting Thomas, I think, is in the story to respond to stuff like Docetism. That's why I think Doubting Thomas is in the story.
Do all four Gospels mention the women telling people?
So the question I asked was, do you think that Mark doesn't think that the woman actually at the tomb at all?
I don't think that's the reason why Mark's bringing it up. I don't think he cares.
You don't think he cares?
He might have heard a legend about it, and maybe he believes it, but that's not the point of him bringing it up. Or he may have invented it. Who knows? But the point is that it's not brought up as a historical fact.
I mean, you're claiming that, but like, yeah.
Well,
like,
think about.
I don't see any reason.
Yeah, let's think about it.
To reject the idea that if all four gospels affirm that Mary,
that's not.
Can I finish, bro?
Oh my God.
If like all four accounts that we have of this narrative, Mary was at the tomb. You think that Mark just made it up?
Okay, let's take a step back because that's not what I said. Okay, I said it could be the case that Mark heard a legend and is repeating it, or it could be the case that Mark made it up. Right. So my view is not reliant on Mark making it up.
I mean, obviously,
secondly, all four gospels bringing it up provides no statistical independence to the story being true because they all had access to Mark. They're all using Markan stories to tell their own. So they're retelling the same stories that Mark told. Okay.
Well,
thirdly, the reason to think it's not historical, or the reason to think it's not based on eyewitness testimony, is Mark tells us it's not. He tells us they didn't tell anybody. If they didn't tell anybody, it's not eyewitness testimony.
What's the typical interpretation of that?
Yeah, that is an interpretation.
What's the church's interpretation? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, your interpretation.
Yes.
And then two, I was going to say that, so if Mark is getting this from Peter, obviously he's writing in light of what Peter relayed to him. So I don't see any reason to think that Mark isn't actually relaying what Peter has relayed to him. So I don't.
There's like a billion reasons to think it didn't come from Peter, but even if it did, Mark doesn't tell us that anywhere in the text. He doesn't tell us Peter told me the woman. Peter is more or less an antagonist to the story. That would be one reason. People don't normally write polemics against themselves.
That's exactly why it would be from Peter, because obviously. Obviously, because
you would present a story making you look like a giant idiot.
Can I show you why, if you allow me? So, like within the Christian paradigm, right? That's one thing that we glorify God in our flaws, in our own flaws, right? So, if Peter is making his account, right? Clearly, he's going to be the focus, right? He's going to be the main character outside of Jesus, right?
The main antagonist.
Can I finish, bro? Like I don't get why you can't relax. Peter is going to be the main focus outside of Jesus, right? So the main the disciple that's mentioned the most is Peter, and then two, yes, Peter is going to show how messed up of a person he was. He denied Christ 3 times, right? So that's already within our paradigm that we present our flaws out. Like even Paul is before all the gospels. And what does Paul say? I am the worst of sinners. So why would I expect Pete? Let me finish. I'm landing right here. If Paul is even saying that he's the worst of sinners, why would I find it shocking that Mark?
Yeah, we heard your question 10 minutes ago.
Bad about Peter.
We heard your question 10 minutes ago. There's no reason for you to ask it 3 times.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So when Peter is presented in the gospel, there's no redeeming quality to him. You know, he doesn't have the appearance of Jesus. He doesn't come around to what's going on. He's just presented as this guy that's like missing the story. It's like he's presented as a total doofus, right? He's a very flat, one-dimensional character that's presented as an idiot. There's no reason to think this came from Peter's testimony. Peter would not present himself that way. He would at least have.
God! How you?
He would at least have. He would at least talk about.
How does he completely?
He would at least talk about when Jesus appeared to him, right? Why isn't that talked about?
How is it? So one, Peter isn't writing the gospel. Mark is writing the gospel based off of what Peter told him.
Peter didn't tell him about Jesus appearing to him.
So obviously, if Peter is focusing on his flaws, like Christians, tend to do, right? Then yes, I'm not going to expect
Peter
Peter
didn't
to
tell
be.
Peter
Oh
didn't
my
tell Mark
God!
about
Can
Jesus
I
appearing
finish,
to him.
bro? Notice how I let you finish.
We heard you, Mark. Peter's presenting himself as a doofus because
You
he's a
completely missed the
humble
point.
Christian. We get it.
You completely well you didn't get it obviously
Of course I did.
because if your response
Now
to,
here's the
oh my
question,
gosh,
right?
bro,
Moving
let
the
me freaking
conversation
finish,
along.
bro. So if
We
your
heard you, J-Rob.
no
What's
your
Mark's
response,
motivation, sir, to make him
your
look like a
response,
doofus? What's the
your
motivation?
response to Peter's focusing on his flaws is, oh well, he doesn't show any redeeming qualities. He doesn't show himself to be appearing to Jesus and anything good. Well, no, duh. How is that a response to what I said when I said
It's not.
when I said that they focus on their flaws and not their glory?
Okay. Do you think
Exactly.
Peter told Mark about the appearance to him?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Do you think that would be important to Peter?
That would be important to Peter.
Yeah.
Like having it like in the tradition, like the gospel.
Do you think the event when Jesus appeared to Peter would be important to Peter?
Like obviously it means something to him, sure.
Do you think it's more important than Peter's flaws?
To Peter specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Jesus is more important than
Okay,
his
do you
flaws.
think if Mark's goal is to recall Peter's testimony, don't you think that would be a central part of the story? It's not.
No. So if just like
I
you
think
said,
most people that are
oh
being
my
honest don't
gosh,
have
all right.
limitation.
So I'm answering your question. If just like you were saying, and I'm giving credence to your initial argument, if the main idea of Mark's gospel is to present like, yo, everybody's messed up, but Jesus is perfect though. Then why do you think that I should expect, these quote unquote redeeming qualities?
That's not what I said.
Like redeeming qualities of the disciples or Peter specifically.
The point isn't to present.
Wait, let me finish. Why if Mark is trying to convey the idea that everybody's messed up, including the disciples, and Peter's conveying that same idea that he's a messed up individual, but Jesus is perfect, then I don't understand why you think we should expect to see all these things that are so important to Peter, right? About his experience of seeing Jesus and all this other stuff. I don't see the reason to expect that.
Okay, we heard you 3 times ask the same question again. Notice you don't see the reason to expect that, right? Gerard, you don't have to ask the same question 3 times.
Answer the question.
Yeah, so I never said the point was to present everyone as flawed. I never said that, right? The reason why the people in the inner circle don't get what's going on is because they're literary devices, right? They're supposed to be there so that when you're hearing the story, you understand that even with the evidence, these people deny Jesus, and it's asking you a greater theological point. Are you going to do that too? That's what's going on.
How do you know that, sir?
Because it's evident in the story.
Not evident in the story.
Sure it is.
What's the motivation that he would be made to look like a doofus? There's no motivation for that.
Because they're trying to present the inner circle as being people that don't understand what's going on, despite being presented with the evidence. And if we take the hypothesis that Mark is an admirer of Paul, which I think is the case, and Paul didn't like the Jerusalem church, it makes sense why the inner circle is presented as negatively, right? And then also, the people on the outside, on the outer circle in Mark's gospel, are presented as understanding what the hell is going on. Why? How do you explain that? Why does the centurion get what's going on?
And why do you say the women abandoned him if they showed up to put spices on the body? How is that abandoning? How is Joseph Arimathea?
Because they ran away afraid and didn't tell anybody. That's why.
No, the interpretation of that is they were stunned initially, but of course all 4 gospels say that they went on to tell other people.
All 4 gospels are getting the idea of the woman at the
How do you know John
Mark.
is? You don't know who John is.
Because John is aware of the minor
But it's
agreements.
also possible that John knows this.
John is aware of the minor agreements, which shows that he's aware.
You're making all these claims about literary devices because you read something from Bart Ehrman or Dale Allison or something like that, but it's not really backed up by any logic.
Yeah, I'm the only one that reads the scholarship on this.
No, you're not. Are you familiar with
Obviously.
Richard? What about Richard Baucham's? I think you almost read his chapter on Mark.
when you were going to do that debate. What
I
about
did read the chapter on Mark.
the evidences that are scholarly about 6 reasons why it was reflecting the sayings of Peter and the testimony of Peter? He's the most
So the
prominent.
reasons he gives are kind of weak, right? So he gives reasons
No.
like that. There's first person perspective when Peter is brought up, like that's one reason he gives. But so what? Peter is supposed to be the voice point of the apostles. Of course, there's going to be first person perspective.
But he wasn't
also
in the
brings
other.
up. He also brings up the. I forget the name of it, but and Mark 1:17, Peter's introduced, and at the end.
Yeah,
of the
that's the
gospel,
technique of you mentioned it's a technique, but then you mentioned your primary witness early and then at the end, and he did that.
Yeah.
Plus, there's
But then-
early Aramaic translations to
Yeah,
Greek
but then
that would make sense.
when you look at other sources that do the technique he's talking about, those other sources, they don't do it that way. They say something like when they're doing that technique, they make it obvious that that's the source behind the text. They'll say this is based on the testimony of blah blah blah, and then at the end they'll.
But we have
bookmark it and
we have
say-
scholarly reasons to believe that it does reflect that of Peter. No reason to think that it's
No, we don't.
the motivation
Not
to
good
be a
reasons.
doofus. And the women didn't abandon him. And the interpretation of
Yes, they
that
did.
verse 16:8 is they were stunned at first, and then they went on to tell everybody.
It doesn't say that in the text.
Well, it does say that in the ending, which is probably not the original ending, but it says in the other 3 Gospels, including
Anything
John.
that was added later.
Where does it say in any of the Gospels that this is just a literary device? Your theory.
Why would it say, "Hey, this is a literary device"? That's not how.
I don't
people
know.
talk.
Why would you think it? Because you
I
want
gave you
to
the
think
reasons.
it.
I gave you the reasons why I think it. Now let's talk about how Mark presents these people that discover the tomb. He tells them they discover the tomb and they want to run away afraid. Why think that means that they went and told Peter? Where does Mark say that?
Well, clearly
Well,
Mark
that's-
knows that.
That's an argument for silence, for sure.
No, you're presenting a case that
Well,
it should be evident.
And Peter
that
wasn't
Mark
at the
had idea
crucifixion.
that they told
Peter
Peter. Why
had flaws. Peter had flaws. He wasn't
Okay,
at the
let's
crucifixion.
let's not pivot, right? The story says they run away afraid. Why are we taking the interpretation that Mark had the idea?
Well,
they
that's the
told Peter?
traditional interpretation because obviously the other evidence is that they told people. And all 4 Gospels say Mary Magdalene was
When does
there
Mark say
and
that?
told people. Well,
When does
in
Mark-
the ending that is disputed, he says it.
That's not Mark. That's someone
Well,
else adding to Mark's story, right?
Well, that's your theory, yeah, possibly.
Okay, so how do you know Matthew's not adding to Mark's story too?
Well, I would also look at it the way you just said, just copy, and that's sort of just extreme because you're just motivated reasoning. What they also did was endorse it. As Luke said, he talked to all the eyewitnesses and he's not going to just copy it unless he's checked it out, which is he claimed to have done as a physician, a scientist, basically. And he basically endorsed Mark's story and they added to it. He fixed some of Mark's Greek, which was not so good.
Yeah.
And, so.
Do you think that there's any? Do you think there's any instances where they redacted Mark to make theological points in which they disagree with Mark on?
Perhaps. I think Luke
Okay.
Luke made
So-
some changes, I think, to reflect a different view of the coming, annihilation in 70 AD. Yes.
So I didn't
Well,
get a
Matthew
chance
does the same when he talks about the relationship between the
Right.
Holy Spirit and Jesus.
I
But
think,
okay, fine.
I think it's.
So
I think it's
hold
perfectly-
hold on. So we have an author, right, who's using a source, who, obviously has a certain respect for the source. He's trying to keep some of it intact and use it word for word. But when it comes to a point where he wants to differ from the source, he has no issue making theological changes and no issue making changes to the source because he does it elsewhere. So we have the story of an empty tomb that the woman discover, and Mark presents it as the woman discover the tomb and run away afraid. But Matthew has the woman discovering the tomb and running and telling the apostles. And the question is, why think that Matthew's just not adding it to Mark? You haven't presented a reason to think that he's not.
I think it's also possible that the original ending was lost to Mark, which would have covered a lot of this. It's certainly possible. And
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
was
fine,
gonna-
sir. I think it's great that you have your own theories about literary devices and stuff like that, but you present them like they're fact, and it's just your opinion, which of course you're entitled to.
Yeah, it's the opinion of the thread of scholarship I agree with.
His favorite
Of
guys.
course.
The scholarship that's becoming more popular every
The
year.
scholarship that's anti-supernatural. You go with the fringe.
That has
more
nothing to do with it
liberal.
being anti-supernatural.
Yeah. You presuppose. I
Huh?
was gonna, I was gonna ask you a question. Um, what's your take on uh, so Mark's gospel has the unique feature of when Jesus's like speeches and parables are given, the the linguistic structure changed, reflecting like an actual uh, translation from like literal Aramaic to Greek, rather than some like Greek tradition. With if you said that whoever wrote Mark was like some type of Paul. You said like he was.
That's what I mentioned, the Aramaic to Greek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Aramaic to Greek stuff, from my understanding, would be instances where Mark has Jesus speak in Aramaic, but what does Mark do right after that?
No. That's not what I'm talking about. Um, like so they
Give me an
say.
example of what you're talking
Yeah,
about then.
yeah. So, like, I'll try to explain it. Like, if Jesus gives a parable, um, so in Aramaic, it would have like this, like flow. It'll flow like he did this and that and this and that. Like it'll have like a structure that it only makes sense in Aramaic, right? But when you translate it to Greek, it gets kind of like discombobulated.
That's what we're
But
talking about, J. Rob. We're talking
Give me,
about the
yeah,
Aramaic to Greek.
yeah,
It
give me
yeah,
looks
an
but
awkward.
example.
It's awkward.
no. Sir is saying the times that Jesus spoke in Aramaic, and then
Mhm.
Mark translates it and says, Jesus said this in Aramaic, which means this. That's what Sir's referring to, right?
Yeah, well, give me an example of
Yeah.
This Aramaic to Greek.
But that's evidence that Mark got it from Peter because Peter would have given it in Aramaic.
Wait, give me an
Right.
example though. Give me an example of the kind of stuff you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. So they're saying, so the scholars are saying like just the parable, like pretty much mainly the parables, if I'm not mistaken, and like the Sermon on the Mount and stuff. It
Well, the
has a
Sermon on the
flow.
Mount's not in Mark, so why
Okay,
are we
okay. I'm
talking
sorry.
about it right now?
Well, yeah,
It's
like
Matthew.
mainly his parables and his long speeches. They have this reflection of Aramaic like
Well, if you
origin.
have a specific example, I'll be happy to look into it. But
Okay, so you don't
this
even
is a
know about
claim
it.
I mostly hear from apologists. I don't really hear scholars making this argument.
Yeah. This is from scholarship. Hold on.
Like, give me an example of a parable that only makes sense if it was originally in Aramaic or whatever you're trying to
Yo,
say.
Coco, who's the judges for this debate, Lil Bro?
Um. I couldn't find any judges for it.
When's the debate start at 4?
It starts at 6,
You're
so
on
like
mute,
in 4
Coco.
minutes.
Coco, we can't hear you, buddy.
We couldn't get any judges for this debate, and the debate starts in 4 minutes.
Wait, sir, would you like to be a judge?
No, fuck no.
Okay. Like, I'd judge out, but, like, you need 3 judges. So I'm saying, like, if somebody in here wants to be a judge, I'll be a judge.
Then I have to listen to the whole debate, and I got stuff to do, and I don't know any of these two very very well. Also, I don't know either of them, but I'm sure it's going to be a good debate. But
Sir, you could have just said that this was a low-tier debate.
Also,
You
I
didn't
don't
have
know
to-
how
I
to-
didn't. That's not what I meant. I don't know them.
I don't know how to do a poll on my PC, so like I gotta figure this shit out.
Bro, just let me be the one true supreme authority and let me vote for whoever I think wins.
Let's see.
J. Rob, just message me the example. I'm going to hop off here. Just message me an example, and I'll look into it and tell you what I think. I gotta go.
All right, we'll see you, sir.
I figured it out. I figured out how to do it. Okay, I know how to do a
drop
poll for my PC.
Yeah, drop a poll. Red is if Sear's a good debater. Blue if Sear's a good debater. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, well, we can do a test run really quick. Quick poll. So everyone in here, click the smiley face if Seer is a good debater. Click the crying emoji if Seer is not a good debater. Okay, hold on. Okay. Wait, shit. Is it gonna work or not? Start. Okay, there we go. Click red if Seer is a good debater. Click crying if Seer is not a good debater. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. There's 15 people in the live. Share the live out to whoever you think might be interested. Let's try to see if we can get as many people in here as possible. That would really help the project. I do want to get a lot of people for this debate. But yeah, we're about to start the debate. It's going to be Volsi versus Bundy Bay on America Was Never Great. Volsi is taking the America Was Never Great position, while Bundy Bay is arguing that America was great at some point. It's going to be a formal debate. These guys have been yelling at each other on Facebook, and it's been very heated. But today, they're about to settle the score on this panel. Who is the better debater? Who has the better arguments? They're about to settle this right now. And it's always good to see people beef and then finally settle it, to get to the stage, and let's show the world who's the better debater.
It's obviously me because we won by vast majority. 4 people think I was a good debater. That's all I need.
Oh, base. Wait, I can't even see the results of the poll. Like, I don't even know what the results are. Okay, so somebody's got to screenshot the results of the poll from the audience. Actually, you know what? No, I got it. I know exactly how to do it. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I can use one of my third accounts on my phone. But yeah, let me get the people up. Let's see.
Wait, can I see up here while the debate happens, or are you gonna ban me like a god ban thing?
Low key, since I have no judges, yeah, as long as you don't make noise. But yeah, if you don't say anything, then you should be good. Volsi, I see Volsi in the comments. He's ready to go. I hope I get a lot of people. TikTok doesn't push out PC streams. I hope I get a lot of people. Like, I really want a lot of people to show up, but if not, we'll run the show, we'll do what we gotta do, and, we'll try again later.
Wait, do they actually not push PC streams or what?
PC streams struggle in compared to, like, going live on your phone. I think if you go live on your phone, like, it gets pushed way more. But if you guys can, tap your screens, like the live, share it with, like, anybody who's interested in politics. We're about to get started. Here, I should be sending it out to Bundy Bay.
Wait, who's taking the positive and who's taking the negation?
Volsi is taking the affirmative, and Bundy Bay is taking the negation. Let me see. But Volsi, you can join the panel if you want. The winner is going to be decided by audience vote. We couldn't find any judges for this debate, so it's going to be decided by audience vote. Let's see.
I told you I could judge, guys. Come on. I can be the one true supreme authority, just like the Pope.
Let's see. Bundy Bay. There we go. I found him. Okay, I'm sending Bundy Bay an invite. I know. Look, I know that judges are necessary, but again, like, I mean, it's hard to find people who are willing to volunteer to be judges for the debate, so...
K-Mez volunteers, I volunteer, and so does...
Oh, just... Wait, K-Mez, would you actually judge it? No, but deadass, like, yeah, we could work something out.
Of course K-Mez would judge it.
Actually, okay, anyone in the comments right now... Oh, no, take your time, Volsi. We're waiting for Bundy Bay as well. Anyone in the comments, if you want to judge this debate, just say so, and I can let you up. You can join the panel and judge the debate. As long as you know relatively... Well, I mean, judge their debate skills. Okay, yeah.
I gotta come on my... They're both... Okay, but come up on the offer. I'm already a judge. I'm default judge, guys. Y'all are low tier.
Okay, yeah, Seer, you can be a judge, and then K-Miz will be a judge. And then we need a third one. We need a third judge. But I hope a lot of people... I hope a lot of people show up. I hope this debate doesn't slump.
Prince can come up here. I can get Prince. I can get Joel. Well, here, we'll invite Joel, see if he wants to be a judge.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if this disciple guy...
It's me, K-Miz.
Okay,
bet.
Good. Yo, K-Miz, is that your LARPer account?
No, man. Well, yeah, sometimes, man. Both my K-Miz accounts are hit right now, so I had to come on this one.
Followed by many. Follower of one. Yeah, this guy's a fucking LARPer.
Amen.
Let's see, am I a mod? Okay, hold on.
Thought Kama's turned Christian for a minute.
Make a mod. I'm gonna make my account a mod. But yeah, Volsi, take your time. Manage access.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna invite
Manage guest. Add guest, view accounts. Confirm. Okay, I wonder if I can move people. Can I move people?
followed by Minnie with 7 followers. That's crazy, Kmas. I don't know who Kmas is. That's not Kmas.
Wonder if I can. Hold on. Settings.
That's obviously Disciple.
I can't move people on the I can't like move your spots. I'm trying to move like you guys to the first 2 spots, but I can't for some reason. Okay, I hope like
I can drop and request in a second box if I need to.
Oh, shoot. Try doing that.
Alright, but
And then. Okay, bet that works.
Dorime Christos asi Dorime. Yeah, Prince, get up here. Dorime.
Yeah, Prince, you want to judge a political debate?
Christos Sinesti. Listos Sinesti. Christos Sinesti. Listos Sinesti.
I
My
mean,
bad. I'm making this into a new congregation.
Okay, yeah, bet. So it'll be Disciple, Seer, and Prince. Okay, so if you don't know much about politics, just judge them based off of their debate skills, like whether they were able to cite sources, make good points, rebuttal the opponent's points, and make a convincing case for their side and why their side is more probable than the other person's side. But yeah, judge their debate skills. But if you do know the material, judge the material as well. And,
Hard R,
yeah.
hard R, hard R.
What's up, Prince?
Hey, what's up, Prince? How are you doing, buddy?
But yeah.
Wait, excuse me, who are you, brother? Now let me stop.
That's crazy work. Okay,
I just got egoed. GG.
I'm gonna share this out to everybody.
We got our 3 judges. We're the big 3.
Who's Disciple? Is this somebody on another account?
Disciples came out.
K-Miz.
Okay, Miz, what's good, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. How you doing, bro?
Big ups, Cab, big ups.
Everyone's got hit right now, man. Everyone's on their oats. What's going on with TikTok?
You want to hear some good news, Mr. Dream Chaser?
Yeah, what's good? What's up, big bro? What's up, group leader?
K-Mez just turned Christian. He just announced it, so.
What?
Crazy
Amen. Amen.
Say you swear, okay?
Nah, I'm just
He's
kidding.
laughing, man. He's laughing.
I'm laughing.
That'd be funny as shit, though.
That would be on my mother.
W-Lark.
Imagine Kama's debating all of his little friends and buddies, bro. That'd be funny.
I ain't gonna lie, K-Miz is no diff from him. No cat. If he was a theist, easy, no diff.
Kmaz, you need a LARP one day. Go live one day and just be like, I've turned Christian to each one of your friends and debate them, please.
I do all the time, to be fair. I mean, not like on that serious note, but I love like playing devil's advocate.
So work.
Quick modal ontological argument. Boom.
You said quick modal ontological argument.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I ran nomological harmony for the first time yesterday or the day before. I think I did pretty good. Like Fluxy even said I did good. So
yeah, I like those arguments, to be fair. Nomological harmony is a good one.
I'm just gonna bring out my inner shark, and I'm gonna bring out my inner shark, and I'm gonna somehow, by definition, trick you into believing that God exists.
nah, Shark is actually the best.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. One day I was in Shark's Live, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see what he got, you know, because I'm like, I'm curious. I'm gonna see what he got. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He sat there for like 30 minutes breaking down definitions, and at the end of it, he was like, okay, so now you have a necessity with some type of agency, intelligibility, and now it's eternal. Therefore, God exists. He was like, what the fuck? How do you do that, bro?
You did that you went on an alt account?
No, I didn't go up there. No, I was watching as a guest.
Oh, okay. Tough shot. Coco Volsi is your friend, right?
Yeah.
That might be like, this might sound a little racist. When I saw you up there with him, I was like, oh, type shit.
What?
Not me, because like, I was like, oh, Coco probably friends with this dude, because I don't see you going too many atheist lives that you aren't friends with.
Oh yeah, I try to collab with like many different people, but like I'll be busy like doing my own projects. But I do need to collab with like more people in the community.
Yo, the judges are voting that we need to get fucking Bundy Bay in here before I start crashing out.
It's only going to be 3 judges?
Yeah, unless like
Alright,
if there's anybody in the audience who wants to judge this debate and you are highly intellectual and mature and you can judge a debate, you can judge debaters' performance as well as relatively know the material, feel free to let me know and I will bring you up. 5 is the most amount of judges that I'll do, but 3 is the minimum.
Okay. And then just to make sure that I have a clear understanding, when it comes to America was never, I mean, will they explain their burdens when they have their openings?
I hope so.
Okay.
How long is the opening statement? How long is the closing? We're judging by debate skill and substance, rhetoric.
Yeah, so it's going to be an 8-minute opener, a 5-minute rebuttal period, 2 rounds of 7-minute cross-examinations, and 5-minute closers.
Who the fuck do you think they are? This is like some Stanford-style debate, bro.
Oh, I mean, this is what they wanted.
Alright, bro.
I'm expecting to see some crazy artists now. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna write down each of their points, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna debunk both of them, and I'm gonna be the ultimate winner.
That's actually what I'm going to do. I'll probably, right now, I'll make a document for each of them, and I'll just write down what they both talk about.
But yeah, so far we got 18 people in here. If you can, guys, continue to like your live. We're going to start the debates pretty soon. Just bear with us. We do got Volsi in here. We're just waiting for Bundy Bay. And like we'll be good to go. I sent him an invite, but Volsi, if you can, send him an invite. Everybody, you see his username on the screen. Send him an invite. Send Bundy Bay an invite.
Forrest, you're so blessed that I'm not on my main account, because I'd block you off of Coco's page, no cap.
Wait, why would you do that?
I just, I don't like those kinds of people in my spaces.
Let's get better judges. Deathless. Dark Dog. Yeah, bro.
Precept Mars would be a great judge.
I wouldn't trust Precept Mars to babysit my children.
Bro, he's gonna be like,
that's a good decision.
But what about Tag?
Coco or Volsi, what is his ethnicity? I don't know what that flag is.
Volsi?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but he's African. He might be Nigerian. I think he's a little bit Nigerian.
I thought he was, but I didn't want to say that and then like actually be racist, because earlier I said I wasn't trying to be. So.
I'm Nigerian, and I know Volsi's told me before, but like my memory is getting shit. Oh, he's Haitian.
Oh, Haitian type shit. Parlez-vous français, Volsi?
Why can't
Je m'appelle Dominique, comment ça va?
Why can't I hear anything? Oh, wait, you can't hear anything? Wait.
Well, apparently Volsi can hear us, so swipe out and swipe back in, Mars.
Yeah. I'm checking YouTube. YouTube seems pretty good. Oh, okay. Mars can hear us. YouTube seems pretty good. So oh, by the way, everyone, we're broadcasting to TikTok and we're also broadcasting to YouTube. So this debate is going to be happening on my channel on YouTube, and I'm also broadcasting it to the Black Atheist Coalition channel. So you can check that out. Anyone who is African American and atheist, if you want to join the Black Atheist Coalition Discord, hit up Volsi. He can give you like a link to join, and yeah, we're broadcasting there as well. So, but yeah, just a couple minutes, guys. Just chill, hang with us for a little bit, and we'll get this debate started. We're just waiting on the opponent. Bundy Bay needs to get up in here. We told him what the time was. I think we did.
Yo, Coco, I'm about to switch real quick back to my main account because I don't got coins on this one. I'm going to give you some popular votes and shit to get the live up.
Hell yeah. Should I set a new live goal? I mean, my live goal is like...
The live goal is send me all of y'all's money.
Yeah. The live goal is empty your wallets. Send it all to me. No, kidding. But,
No. Send it to me.
But yeah,
guys.
thank you for the gifts. I do appreciate it. The gifts I do, I flush them out into my PayPal and I use it to fund this project as well as, well, basically fund this project. I actually use the money. But thank you. I appreciate the gifts. You know, 1 coin is 1 cent on TikTok. I do appreciate it. That is awesome.
The gifts I'm getting is going to a heist that I'm planning.
On GTA.
Totally on GTA. Totally.
Yep. But I think I'm gonna set a new gift goal, but only for the live. Oh, I think Bundy Bay. Okay, we're gonna have to shoot the shit for a little bit. Bundy Bay says he's gonna be home in 5 minutes. So.
I bet let's shoot some shit. Somebody put it in a Nerf gun.
Yeah. Okay. So, if anything, there's 18 people in here. Just hang tight for like 10 more minutes, and we'll be good. Just 10 more minutes. We're gonna get started.
I go lie. So your favorite judge, Seer, is gonna entertain y'all. I just read I believe it's like Frederick's his writing. It was good. Me and Prince Luke, smacked that book down. Logical textbook. We've refined our understanding on deductive, inductive. I believe it was like we're still getting close to the modal logic page, but who doesn't understand modal logic in a Big 26? Come on, guys. It's pretty easy. Seriously, judge didn't know the bar was low.
Wait,
well, Mars, you see. Okay.
Wait, Mars, do you want to be a judge?
I hate my fellow Egyptians, bro.
But here we got Kamiz as a judge, we got Prince as a judge, we got Seer as a judge. If anyone in the audience wants to be a judge, and I know you and you're mature and educated in politics, or can judge people's debate skills, let me know, and I will bring you onto the panel. Maximum I'll do is 5 judges, but minimum I'll do is 3 judges, and we got 3, so we just need 2 more.
Mars is low tier. He said an argument can't make a sound, but it obviously can.
I think Mars would make a good judge. I know Mars is like intellectual. I've been watching Mars's videos, and I've been on his live streams a couple times.
I'm gonna be honest. God needs to nerf that nigga. There's no way he can be smart and attractive, brother. That's not fair.
Yeah, on God, am I right? Like how he a light?
How does he look like that and he has that brain?
What's that?
I'm Egyptian. How is he a light skinny Egyptian? How does one acquire such potential?
Such obvious potential. But I don't know.
This guy rizzes you up while looking in the camera and quoting Socrates or some shit. And I'm just like, yo, bro, what?
Aren't all Egyptians light skinned?
No, there's there's 2 types of Egyptians, right? There's one that's like straight Arabs, so like those are like the Muslim Egyptians, and then there's like those pretty boy light skinned Egyptians like Mars.
There we go. And yeah,
it's mostly because they're like mixed with another race.
Oh wait, I never peeped that Mars's account got banned. That's probably why I ain't been seeing his shit on my account.
Shit, TikTok be on that weird shit. But I'm glad that there's 23.
Mars,
oh, go ahead.
Because Mars said that an argument can't make a sound, and I think that's like
yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that there's 22 people in here. That's fucking awesome. Hopefully we can get like 50, we can get 100, we can get as many people in here as possible for this debate. It's going to be a really epic debate. I hope it goes well. Volsi, tell me in the comments, did you study for this debate? I know you study for this debate. You debate this topic all the time. So you're ready. I know you're ready. Is Bundy Bay ready for this debate?
Is Bundy Bay a theistic debater, or is he like a political debater?
He's a person we actually met him on Facebook. I met him via my personal account on Facebook. But yeah. Like, him and Volsi were like beefing with each other, and they were like calling each other like they were going at
out their name.
Yeah. He was like, "Fuck you," and like, and like it was a lot.
Not gonna ride, bro. It's just gonna be crazy.
Coco, when's your debate on the reliability of the Gospels?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be debating the reliability of the Gospels July 3rd.
Oh, July. Oh, it's some shit away. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, I need to get back to studying. I was studying like a shit ton, and then I stopped. But I need to get back to
Who are you doing it with, buddy?
Marcus.
I don't even know who that
Oh
is.
my lord, Marcus.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm prepping hard. I want to make sure that I win.
I don't know why, gang. You're not gonna struggle against him, bro.
Wait, am I not? Wait, but I want to be
It's not.
I want to be over prepared. I think that he's preparing, but like I'm gonna be over.
Nah, I think it's low-key gonna be a blowout. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
sorry,
be a
guys.
blowout.
I know nobody in here other than my boy Prince and maybe K-Mez.
But
Coco won't admit it, but I think the debate with me and Venus is gonna just be an absolute blowout, bro.
oh yeah, that's
Oh,
also
yeah, for sure.
happening. He's a
Yeah, Venus is a low tier. She's scared of me.
yeah. They're debating the Trinity next week. And
No, they're not.
No, we're not. What the fuck?
oh, I thought you were.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, we're
Trinitarian.
debating the incarnation, bro. Like,
Oh.
that's the lock. Yeah.
If she did Trinity, she would lose automatically. She
Yeah,
doesn't
bro, she
understand
I don't know.
conjunction
He doesn't
properties.
even know what conjunction ontological properties are, bro. Like, I can't even argue with somebody like that.
Okay, maybe like I think Venus is a pretty good debater, but like
She's good with rhetoric, bro, but substance, I don't know.
I think Venus is a
it's
good
a-
debater. I fuck with Venus.
Coco, it's a formal debate. Like, as soon as she gets to rhetoric, I'm not even joking. I'm gonna be like one of those losers, and I'm gonna be like, I recall my time. Swear to God. Every time it gets to rhetoric, I'm recalling my time.
Yo, Hatim, if you want to be a judge, you literally can.
When?
It's starting in 10 minutes. We're waiting for like one of the people is here, Volsey's here, but we're waiting for Bundy Bay.
America was never great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a political debate.
Ah! It's a 2-on-2?
Oh no, it's a one-on-one.
Or judges, bro. Or judges.
Everyone that's up here is a judge.
Why am I seeing two bald niggas though?
Because Volsey has 2 accounts.
Oh, okay.
Yo, that's insane.
His main and yeah. Why would you say it like that? Why would you say
Yeah.
it?
It does not look like.
Nah, to be fair, I was wondering. I was like, dang, why does this nigga have 2 pictures?
Because Volsey has 2 accounts.
I don't even.
Wait. I
It
think
doesn't
Beep,
even look like the same guy. That's the
Yeah,
crazy.
Coco, I think Beep wants to be a judge.
Beep, you can be our final judge. Beep, actually, Beep, do you want it? Like, I'll let him. Do you guys know Beep? I think I know. Yeah, I'm friends with Beep.
Hell no.
Okay, yeah, Beep, you know what? Come up. You can be our neutral judge. Wait, Hatim, where'd you go? We need you.
Beep is our new judge. We're replacing Hatim.
Based.
Yo, Beep, before you can join the judge squad, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah, we need to rep him.
So
Okay,
Beep,
what's the question?
when you're referring to like, I don't know, the proposition of incredulity, how do you like view which is false and which is wrong?
Okay, not that
With, like,
question.
Within like hold on. When examining like your moral compass, like how do you know if something's truly wrong or not?
Well, intuitions are going to be like my first instinct to answer that. I mean, obviously, like people have different perspectives on stuff, but I mean, I'm a realist, so that's kind of how I base that. I think there are things that are wrong and there are things that are true.
This
Can we
person
get
is
Beep
intellectual.
This person is based, guys. Come on.
Okay,
We-
so just by what we've heard, you're better than 50% of the debaters on TikTok. So welcome in. Like, you read.
Wait, does that mean I'm like top 20?
Okay, like
I'm waiting until they make another tier list. I'm definitely on.
Oh
that
God, bro!
motherfucker.
If I'm not on that tier list, bro, I swear to God, I'm gonna start slapping people around.
Bro, literally, OG Kylo made a tier list, and he literally said that Russell was better than me, and I got like really pissed off. I was like, no fucking
Coco,
way.
Coco, you should make a live where you're making tier lists, bro.
I could do that again.
Facts.
I could do that tonight.
No, you should. You should do that
bro.
tonight.
I
You
just
should.
need to be on a tier list.
Okay. I could do that tonight.
And then we could put Kylo all the way at the bottom because he's black.
Bro, okay, I wouldn't do that. But wait, Beep, did you change your name and your picture?
Yeah, I used to go by May, and I had a different picture. That's I think when we became friends, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like, okay, cause like yeah, we're friends. I might have known you back then. I just don't
Yeah.
recognize. Okay.
I've been on your live a couple of times, and that's how we became friends. But it's been a minute.
Based. Welcome back to the gulags, or the streets of Debate TikTok. Wait, hold on. Who do I got in the?
Yeah, what's up with Bundy, bro? He fucking up the viewership. No cap.
Okay, can we kick Bundy out of here?
Bundy, we need you on stage. But yeah, we're just waiting for Bundy. Volsi is in the chat. He's waiting, but he's ready to go. And yeah, we're about to start this debate. But yes, we have 22 people in here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everybody who's tapping the screens and sharing the live. That's awesome. I want as many people to be in here as possible. Let's aim for 30 people. Let's aim for 40 people. Let's try to get up to 100 people. That would be 100 is like a good day. But, you know, like, yeah, let's try to aim for as many people as possible. Invite your mom. Invite your dad. Invite your cousin, right? Anyone who's into politics. You can even invite the Trump supporters. Bring everybody in here.
I'm going to invite my goat.
All right, bet I'm inviting Justin W.
Like, oh, no. Don't invite Justin W. We don't need all viewership.
Justin W. Come in the live.
We invite everybody. Have your dog make a TikTok account and then invite your dog to watch
Why
this
would I
live.
invite my dog?
Because
No, we should invite Deathless. Actually, he should be a judge.
Yeah, invite Deathless, bro.
The reason I blocked Deathless is because he literally threatened to choke Missy out.
Nah, that's crazy.
Wait, go. Hypothetically, if I picked Deathless Light as my judge, would you allow that?
Yeah, okay.
That's
I would
actually
allow
insane.
it. Wait,
Yeah.
fuck. But okay.
Him
sure.
being a judge, when he's giving you a score, he would just monologue for 20 minutes.
Brother,
Yeah.
bro, he would monologue for like the end half of the debate, and at the end of it, it would just be like, "Yeah, Venus is absolutely fucking restarted. Sears also restarted. Y'all don't understand Omni logic." He's just gonna sit there and like.
The verdicts, do you want a score, or do you just want like our thoughts on it and who we think did better?
If you're detailed with it, that'd be awesome. But you don't have to. You could literally just be like, I think this person won.
Okay.
Yo, K. Oh, my bad. Mr. Disciple.
What's good, bro?
Yo, you're not real.
Oh, no.
What's it called? What's your opinion on this debate? What are you expecting, considering you're not from America?
Ooh, I don't know, you know. I mean, I used to debate politics a lot. Maybe I'd lean on the side where America probably wasn't great. I don't know.
I'm just about to end the debate here. Great. That's gonna
It's
be
an interesting question, actually. Maybe America's on top right now. I don't know.
Ooh, so then there could be like an interesting avenue, right? Where when you say America was never great, when he could just show like, well, in modern times we are a modern power, so could be interesting.
I mean, America's quite a new country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are waiting for.
It's very simple. All you have to do to like win this debate is enter semantics. It'd be like great is synonymous to good. Good is subjective. I think when America was good is when America came into an existence. Give the time period when America came into existence. Just say, okay, well, we understand that greatness and goodness are the same thing. We're gonna say America was great when they were brought into the Americas, I guess. And it's just like argue morality and just throw, I don't know, moral realism, and then now just tag me in, and I'm gonna prove God. And at the end of that, we're just all gonna win. It's all gonna be a win after that.
You see what Bossy says? That ain't what we doing.
That ain't what we doing, sir. Volsi, you got this. Volsi, like, well, I'm not gonna say anything. Who knows who's gonna win? Who knows who's gonna take this debate?
All I know is Bundy is on BP time.
On
What
God.
the hell?
Like, get up
I'm about
in
to get
this
him.
big.
I'm about to message him on Messenger right now.
Do it. Wait, yeah. Like, literally, like, I checked Facebook, and all I saw was, like, Volsi goes live, and he streams to Facebook, and Bundy was like, I destroyed you on that live stream. And, like, at first it was, like, they were just, like, slightly insulting each other, but then, like, towards, like, the closer we got to the debate, they were, like, saying, like, fuck you, and, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And, like, Volsi was, like, Well, okay. Well, I'll have to show you the screenshots. The screenshots are pretty funny. Let's just say I tried to post the screenshots of the Facebook conversation on TikTok, and it got flagged for bullying and harassment.
Wait, so while we're waiting on like Bundy, I actually want to ask you this question, Kamos. Uh, I mean, Disciple, my bad. Kamos is not in here. Disciple, I want to ask you a question. Hypothetically, if you weren't a Christian, what would make you become a Christian?
I don't know. It's honestly such a hard question to answer. I mean, people ask it to me all the time. I guess if God does in fact exist, then I suppose He knows the way that would convince me. I mean, if I was gonna just like speculate, maybe I'd say an experience that completely could not be explained.
Okay, so a non-natural or an above-natural experience that inhabits either through consciousness or like, would you say like maybe like, you know, being saved from a car accident is like a miraculous experience, and you would apply this to God, or would you apply this to chance?
Ooh, I would say something like that would be chance. Because if something like tragic happened, then I would attribute it to kind of like being just like a psychological cope explanation. Like if it was just random, that I kind of like came to the conclusion through some type of experience, then I'd probably hold it to be true.
Well, to be fair, wouldn't you say like that could be the same thing when experiencing maybe like a dream and having like an above natural experience and saying, well, through psychology, we understand like our brain has like a set of dopamine and neurological responses, and it kind of triggers this experience to maybe cope that, you know, Jesus or this religious figure came in our dreams. I mean, because just entering logic alone and just say, okay, well, it can't be the case that Islam is true and Christianity is true. That's just a truth claim, right? It's a dichotomy. In a person's dream, they claim that Jesus came down and said he was God. But in another dream, and somewhere in Iran or Pakistan, they had a dream saying that, well, Muhammad came down and said Jesus was not a God and he was a true prophet.
Yeah.
I would say, like, there's not really a way, in my view of my belief system, to, like, acquire that God exists through a dream or through this, like, miraculous incident where, you know, I got in a car accident.
It would never be justification. You know what I mean? It's just like if I was being genuine and trying to speculate, like if I was to ever believe in God again, then it would have to be, like I say, some type of experience. I don't think there's any arguments that can kind of demonstrate it properly.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I mean, even the ones that I do think are good, like honestly, they never really lead to the conclusion of like a God existing. Like I like contingency. I like some renditions of fine tuning and stuff like that. I mean, certain tag arguments can be good, like divine conceptualism and stuff. But like I say, none of them really deliver a God to you ultimately. Like, you know me, I've already got a view that's very similar to like almost a theistic view. I'm like the least atheist there probably is, but
yeah. Hold on. My bad. I was typing. I can't type and speak at the same time, apparently. I think what atheists lack when understanding whether or not God exists is they extract, like, well, what would convince them, let me reframe that, what would convince them whether or not God exists. They kind of go through, like, I don't know, like anecdotal evidence or like personal evidence and say, well, it's the case that a person in Libya met this Middle Eastern man who had long hair, referenced to Bible scripture once or twice, and said that he was God, and they equated it to Jesus, right? That doesn't mean Jesus existed, right? Or Jesus is God. That just means you had a psychological experience to like equate maybe Jesus is God. an atheist say, well, God would have to come to me and like say I am God, like come down.
Yeah.
I believe like nobody would still believe. Like I'm very confident that an atheist would still not believe and find some skepticism to like.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, look, if someone came up on my life and was, I mean, people do it all the time. You know what I mean? But they're like, yeah, look, I believe in God through kind of like experience and stuff like that. I would say that's viciously circular. You know what I mean? Because you're already kind of like attributing something to a God in which you're claiming you didn't believe in the first place. Like, how would you jump to that kind of conclusion? And then now you're saying the Bible is true, which is the very thing that claims this experience can happen for you. So I would say it's viciously circular. But like I say, it would be the only thing that convinced me, right? I can just, I don't know, maybe Jesus just pops up in my bedroom. And maybe it's a delusion, you know what I mean? I have no way to verify that, but I guess, like I say, in the moment, I would just have to feel convinced enough.
Where is this guy
That's the
at?
only way I can do it.
Wait,
God
are all of you
damn.
atheists except for Seer?
I'm also Christian.
I'm an atheist. Yeah.
I'm an
That's on my
agnostic.
last account.
Okay, wait, host is agnostic, disciple, you said you're an atheist, and then Dream, you said you're Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm agnostic, atheist.
Technically, I am agnostic atheist, but I identify as agnostic. But I mean, I would be an agnostic atheist.
Yeah.
I think the only difference is just like how hard you lean to what side. Like I think like especially when I'm talking about you, Coco, like you claim agnosticism because you don't lean more towards either side. Like, I think you consider yourself about 50-50, but maybe I'm strong man.
Yeah, I lean towards atheism, but like I do see good arguments on like both sides. But yeah, like I lean towards like you know, like a naturalistic atheist position, but yeah.
But Coco, if, well, I don't know if that's what you go by, but
Right.
like, what if you knew God was real? Would you follow him?
So, okay, for me to like become Christian, there would need to be like 2 steps. If I found out that God was real, I would be like, okay, he's real, but like he did a bunch of asshole stuff in the Bible, so like I need an explanation for all of this. Like maybe the people who are writing like fuck some shit up, right? Now, if God was able to explain everything and he was consistently good, all-knowing, and like everything checks out, then like sure, maybe I'd become a Christian. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even like the all good part. The reason I guess I'd say I'm like agnostic atheist is because I know it's irrational, but even if I knew God was real, I wouldn't follow him. And like I know that's kind of a bad thing to say because it doesn't sound, you know, rational. But I'm kind of with you on that.
But yeah, like same.
I mean, by semantics, if you knew God was real, of course you would follow him.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, you exist. Where were you for slavery? And
What does follow mean, anyways? Like, what does it mean to follow?
Devote to him, serve him as your true God, praise him, view him as your Lord
God.
and Savior, etc. Like, give your life to him, right?
So people who inquire Christ consciousness, do you think that they're like worshiping him, or do you think that they're setting their value to what his set of thought is?
Christ conscious? What do you mean there? I haven't heard that term before.
Yeah, Christ conscious is a movement that started in the early centuries. I believe that Christ wasn't really a prophet or a messiah, but instead he was just a guy who had a good sense of morality, a good sense of ethics, and now they follow their sense of ethics. That's not Christianity. Christianity is the belief system of believing he is God. It's like the
Wait,
root
but is
word.
God Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay, so well then that's just gonna be that view. Like some people don't even think that's the case, but by devote, like I mean devotion, which would apply to the people, the disciples. I mean like worship, and maybe not even in an idol sense, but this is someone that you obviously look up to. You look to for judgment, for guidance. So I mean,
when you look to God, like to Abraham and God for judgment, if he existed.
No.
Okay, so even if he existed, then you wouldn't look at him to be the final judge?
Right. Even if he existed, I wouldn't follow him.
Why though?
Because of
Why wouldn't I follow him?
genocides,
Yeah, so
like
'cause of, like,
mass
evil?
Yeah,
confusion.
like pretty much the problem of evil, and I think like even if he's real, that doesn't really justify why we ought follow him. You know, I think those are two separate questions that are being asked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
really
wouldn't
can't
there be like an ultimate explanation for all the evil if the Christian rendition of God is actually real?
Well, no, it wouldn't, right? Because I mean, when we consider the problem of evil, I guess my favorite way to discuss it is like when it comes to terms with animal suffering, which seems to be unjustified. Obviously, if he is real, we could say that there's some justification he's playing to do these things, but
You don't
obviously,
even have epistemic access to claim that they like can recognize their suffering.
I don't know that like if a gazelle gets its throat ripped out by a lion and it's dragged across the safari
That it
and it's like
recognizes
alive
it
and twitching
suffering
and
at
dying,
all.
that it's not
Yeah,
suffering.
that's just its body reacting to the external influence.
Well, how do you know that human beings suffer?
Because we can literally study the brain, and we see
Right.
parts of the brain that will react with certain emotions consistently.
Okay, so you're basing suffering on a biological perspective, or do you think like do you take more of like a mind aspect?
Well, you couldn't feel suffering without your senses, right? So it's going to be biological regardless.
Right. So like let's take the example of like a giraffe or something. Obviously they have these biological processes to feel pain, which has been
How do we
studied
know
and
that their
observed.
brain can comprehend suffering, not pain? I'll grant that they
Okay,
have
well
pain.
what do you take suffering to be?
Well, we're using your definition, my guy. I don't
I
think
mean, I can
suffering
provide
is
mine if you want. I just say suffering is going to be some like sustained negative physical or mental state, and it probably would go against some kind of interest.
I don't know if I can get behind that one.
Okay, what's your contention with the definition?
I have my own definition, but I just want to look at that. Conscious.
Wait, but you
subjective,
said that you
grand,
didn't want to
intense,
use your
physical,
definition. You wanted to use
mental,
mine.
emotional, spiritual distress.
Also, where is Bundy guy?
Hello.
Yo, he's like
Also-
40 minutes late.
Yeah, nah, that shit's crazy.
God damn.
Conscious, subjective, and endurance.
Everyone in the audience, sorry about this. This would have been a disqualification for like any other debate that I was hosting, but we're gonna wait for Bundy Bay, and it's about to be an hour, bro. Like,
You
where
think
is
he's
he at?
running?
I hope he's not running, cause like he was really wanting to like catch the fade with Volsi on Facebook, given the comments. But like, where's he at?
Imagine running from a TikTok debate. That's insane.
So, wait, so did you not like something in my definition, or did you want to use yours?
Yeah, the part where you said extended, I don't think that's necessary.
Not
That was the part
extended, sustained.
I was just down. Yeah, I mean, a human could suffer for 1 second.
Well, yeah, that would probably be sustained then, in that case. I mean, I don't really have a threshold for when it's sustained and when it's not, but I just take it to be, like, negative mental states. Like, obviously, if I have a thought that's negative, right, I wouldn't say I'm suffering, but if this thought lingers for an extended period of time, that's when I'd say, okay, yeah, there's an issue here.
Well, granted, the reason I was bringing that into contention is because, granted, the Christian paradigm, like the difference between us and other animals, given that we are animals, is going to be the fact that we have a conscious, rational spirit that makes us in the image of God. I think that's what allows us to even comprehend what's going on around us. So these animals are going to be, huh?
Souls?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a hylomorphist, or?
No, Seer is hilarious. Am I a hylomorphist? What's that?
Yeah, so that was Aristotle's metaphysical take on the human body. So he believed that we're made up out of form, which is going to be a soul of some kind, an essence, and then he thought we were matter, which is our physical body. So it's the hylomorphous view is that we have both of these components that work in conjunction with one another to make a person, right? But then you could also just affirm soul theory, which just says that we have a soul, but...
I see why I wouldn't be a hylomorphist, yeah. Nah. I would affirm that the person is the soul itself, and then the soul interacts with this plane through the tool of the body.
When does the soul appear into the body, or where does it come from?
Heaven. God.
Okay, so like what about a case, like let's say, it's conception, a baby is formed. When does the soul get implanted into the child?
The minute the sperm cell enters the egg and it creates a child.
Okay, so let's say like we have, a concepted fetus or whatever, or zygote growing into the fetus, and at week 6 it splits into two and creates now a set of twins, right? would there be one soul that splits in half, or would God have sent down two souls, or how would you
Yeah, I would
explain
just
that?
grant that they sent down two souls, probably.
Okay, and the soul is what thinks, so that's just going to be a too many thinkers issue, right? Like if there's one form, right, and there's two souls that are thinking and operating, then there's just an issue here.
Who said that two cells couldn't go through one sperm cell? I mean,
What?
two souls couldn't go through one
Well, no,
sperm
the
cell.
issue is you're saying that the soul is what thinks and experiences, right? But obviously, like, have you heard of the too many thinkers problem?
Well, given what you just explained, I don't understand it.
Okay, so the too many thinkers problem, it arises from animalism versus like embodied mind views, etc. It's basically stating that there has to be one thinker because there's some sort of self-awareness property to personhood, and there's also a confusion between like how you know who's thinking and who's not. And in the case of like the two souls being sent down from God, obviously if there's one form here and two souls exist in this form and the souls are what are responsible for thinking, but you're also affirming that a brain is responsible for thinking as well, this is going to be a too many thinkers issue. So either the soul has to come later, or there's got to be some kind of other explanation for the thinking, but this is like an issue in the worldview.
It depends on your definition of thinking, right? Because I would grant that.
Also, thank you for the gifts.
I would grant that. I'm trying to think how to articulate this correctly because I don't like to speak without thinking. So in the case of the twins that you expressed, and there's this sperm cell that enters the egg, two cells are basically implanted in there, and then they're in this zygote form, and then they eventually split into two separate. I don't understand biology the best. Could you explain it further than that?
Right, so I'm just presenting a hypothetical case. I don't even think this is the way that twins are formed. It could be, I'm not sure, I don't know much about biology. But like we can take a case of the sperm entering the egg, or we can even take like a partial molar pregnancy case, but we'll get to that later. So like let's say that the sperm and the egg, create the zygote, and at like the 6-week part, the embryo splits into two, right? So now instead of one embryo creating one baby, there's the production or the development of two babies. Obviously, there's got to be an explanation for how the second baby would get the soul if it's
I affirm an
received at
all-powerful
conception.
God. Like a God could literally just do what he wants to. When it splits, God could just put a soul in there. Like I just don't have a problem with that. That's not an issue in my framework.
Well, the issue is the too many thinkers problem, right? So if you're affirming that the soul is what thinks here, and there's two thinkers in one body, that's going to be a problem, right? Because like us, for example, it would be irrational or break the law of logic to say that
How do you
two
determine
entities
that
exist at one
the
time in
individual
one
souls
form.
couldn't think on their own in one body?
Well, that's the whole issue with too many thinkers, right? Is if, like, for example, I were to affirm that we or persons are their bodies and persons are also their minds, right? A person obviously has a mind and a body, so there would be two persons in one body, which is a contradiction.
Regardless, that's not a problem in my framework. What
Or
I'm asking
contradiction
you,
isn't a problem?
you're gonna have to show me the P and not P first of all. Second of all, I'm gonna need you to justify that there being multiple souls within a body means that those souls couldn't think interdependently and one soul interact with the mind.
Well, like, okay, I'll give you an example. So, like, the conjoined twins, they have two heads and they have one body?
Mm-hmm.
We obviously wouldn't say that this is one person, right? They obviously have different thoughts, different experiences, different personalities because there are two people here, right? Even though they share the same form. So it would be an issue for you to say that there's two souls in one body in the case of the baby, because obviously two babies, like, in one baby, that's, like, not right? Like, I don't really know how to break it down further.
Yeah, I just don't think that you're comprehending what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm literally just saying all powerful God do what he wants to. I think soul come when sperm go in egg. I know no, God exists.
So, like, what about the case of a partial molar pregnancy? Do you know what that is?
No.
So basically two sperms are gonna, create the zygote in one egg, which is a huge issue. It's going to grow, it's going to develop, but it's not going to turn into a baby or a child. It's a mass of cells, and it's like a horrible thing, honestly. Like, it's disgusting. It looks like hamburger meat. So would you say that a soul is implanted in this partial molar pregnancy?
Possibly. How would I determine if souls are immaterial?
Well, do you think that that's not a cop-out?
No, souls are immaterial. How are you going to determine it?
Well, I mean, you could have some theory on how this operates, right? I just think it's kind of lazy to say, well, I believe God does it, right?
granted that I don't have a theory, I'm just gonna posit because I affirm an all-powerful God, a God can just do what the hell he wants to.
Yeah,
And
that's
I don't
fine.
have to have a
So,
theory.
a couple issues here. Obviously, the too many thinkers problem.
You keep saying the too many thinkers problem, and yet I brought up my
Yeah,
contention
calm
and you
down.
didn't justify it.
What was the contention with the problem? That
Lord
God
have
can do
mercy.
whatever he wants?
No.
Can
Even
God
given
break the
the
laws of
example of the
logic?
see, look, this is what y'all do. This is so funny. Even given the example of the conjoined twins, there are examples of conjoined twins that share the same brain. You just granted that those would be two persons with one brain, dipshit.
No, I granted that a conjoined twin case that's typical, in which there are two heads and two persons are
Wait,
not going to
what's a
share the same brain.
typical? What's typical? What
Typical
statistic are
as
you
in,
pulling from that the
okay,
number of conjoined twins conjoined at a certain limb is what's more typical?
yeah,
What statistic are you pulling that from?
I don't have statistics on how
Okay, then
many,
don't
but
talk out of your ass.
excuse me. Majority of cases of conjoined twins aren't going to operate with one brain. That would just be one person, right? But usually the conjoined twin issue is that there's one body below the neck, and then they separate either there or at an arm into two heads, right? With two necks, two heads, two personalities, two people, right? So they're not going to share a brain. Like if one entity has one brain, then it's obviously not two people, right? That's the whole
Gang,
issue with
I'm
your
literally talking right now about a conjoined twin that has the same brain. I've seen studies on this.
Okay, let me
You
see.
just granted that conjoined twins are two people. So there's the two thinkers problem solved right there in your own framework.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck?
Wait, are we gonna be checking, like a set of
Apparently me and Beep are debating because Bundy's not coming.
Yo, we're waiting for Bundy. Yo, like if he doesn't show up at like 7 o'clock, we might have to like call this a forfeit because we told him the time. Like we've been planning this for weeks.
What if he doesn't know what time it is? Like what if he's on different time zones?
6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. There's no way. Yeah, we told him the time. Also, like I posted. Wait, hold on. Wait, we got somebody. Oh, it's Volsi.
Yeah.
But I made multiple posts about it. Was that Volsi?
What's good? What's good? Hey, yeah. Here's the thing. First of all, for the people who's here for me, I do apologize. We thought that Bundy would come. Here's the thing. Bundy's been telling me for weeks, that he could go ahead and debate me formally on this because whenever he comes to my stage and he doesn't answer my questions or he doesn't engage, I just go ahead and drop him because it's a waste of time, right? I think we all kind of do that on this kind of debate talk thing. We all kind of, if you're wasting my time, if you're not going to answer questions, if you're just going to be rude, we're just going to drop you. He's done this 3 times, demanded for us to have a formal thing where I can't do that. So I set it up with Coco, and it's been weeks. And the thing is, he knows, right? The reason why we know he knows is because he lives in my area. I see the area code for his phone number. So I know he's from my area. I know he lives in my area. Like, we're friends on Facebook. We've been friends on Facebook for like 10, 15 years. I know he's from my area. He hasn't left it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he knows what time this is supposed to be. And we texted him about 30 minutes ago and said, hey, bro, we're waiting for you. And he said, 5 minutes. And he's not here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't calling this nigga. Coco already said he called, bruh. And it went to voicemail. I think twice. So we're going to go ahead and give him maybe another 9 to 10 minutes. And if he doesn't come through, then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and call this one a forfeit. And we're going to go ahead and try to do it again. Because I spent like my whole week preparing my opening statement, getting my documents together, my closing statement, all that shit. Next week I start school again. All right, I'm in a master's program, and y'all know how much time that takes. So I start school again next week. So if he wants to try to run it again another week, I'm not sure when we'll be able to do that. I can still do my streams, you know what I mean, for like an hour and a half before I gotta do my homework and all that. But doing this, the formal debate that takes like at least another hour, 2 hours, and things like that is like. We'll see what happens because I'm all prepared here. I got all my documents. We're all good. We just got to go ahead and wait for Bundy. But if he doesn't come through in the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and run my own live, and I'm going to call it a night because I ain't doing this shit. But I do apologize for breaking up the debate currently between Dream and Beep. I just had to come up here and say that. We've been waiting for weeks. He knows the time. I mean, he knows. Yeah. So we've been trying to do this for weeks. He's the one who demanded it too. He's the one who said to do this. He's the one who said to do it. So hey, if he doesn't come up, then. But anyway, Beep, Dream, y'all can go ahead and keep on going. Apologies for breaking up y'all debate. I was enjoying it. I think y'all both come up with good with great points. I did look up the shared brain thing because that was interesting. I just looked it up. I think you're talking about Krista and Tatiana Hogan, right? The Canadian
Yes, sir.
twins joined at the brain. Yeah, yeah. That's an interesting case. But anyway, I don't know what the two thinker problem is. Like, Beep, you're way better than me on that. I don't know what that is. So y'all go ahead. I'm gonna drop and just wait for Bundy, and I'm gonna keep listening to Beep and Dream. But I appreciate y'all, everyone who's here for me. I didn't even start on YouTube yet because I've been waiting for Bundy to come so I can start on YouTube. But we'll see what happens, and I appreciate y'all. All right. Yeah, have a good one.
Appreciate you, boss. And then Beep.
Wait, really quickly before we resume, does anyone else understand the too many thinkers problem?
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna explain to you my contention with the too many thinkers problem.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I do, but not really in this context, to be fair.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to explain.
What do you guys understand?
That's why I'm
about
trying
too
to
many
explain my
thinkers?
contention, gang.
Please calm down.
Yeah,
bro.
like
Let's
usually when
see.
I've heard this, it would be in a conversation about like idealism or something like that.
Idealism. What do you mean?
Yeah, idealism, like the theory of mind, like meta-ontology, that like
Yeah, okay.
only consciousness
That's why
exists.
I bring it up, right? Because with the souls, like, if he's affirming that the soul is what's thinking here, right? If the soul is what experiences, and there's two souls in one organism, and there's two souls or two thinkers, right, in one body, then that's just going to be an issue. I didn't know if anyone else understood the problem or not.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, right? You're saying at the moment of conception, obviously, there would have to be two souls in the one organism, but the organism would split into two, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
the two thinkers problem
couldn't-
is
why
claiming.
couldn't he possibly say then, at the point it splits, a new soul arrives?
Also, the two thinkers problem, the problem with the you can't think without a brain. We would all grant that. If an animal didn't have a brain, it wouldn't have the capability of thinking in a naturalistic framework. So this
you're saying the soul
organism
does
that split didn't have a brain. It didn't have the capability to think. And in my framework, the mind, the brain, isn't what constitutes the ability to think. The soul interacts with this plane through the tool of the brain. I've explained that.
Okay, so wait, so is it the mind that thinks and experiences, or is it the soul?
The soul thinks
Okay,
and
and
experiences
animals do not have
experiences this
souls.
universe through the mind.
Okay.
Animals
so,
don't have souls, so they can't experience the way that we do.
Okay,
That
so
was
what
my
is the
point.
necessary condition for an organism to think and experience?
Are you just gonna like weaponize ignorance for him?
What do you mean weaponize ignorance? What are you talking about? If there's something you
Yeah,
don't
you didn't
understand,
hear
I
what
can
I
explain
said.
it to you. But I'm not being ignorant. I'm asking you, what is the necessary condition for an organism to think? Because we have two cases
your
now where you're saying that
framework-
the mind is what thinks and the soul is also what thinks, but that's
not
just
what
going to
I
be an
said.
issue.
That's not what I said. In your framework, you think that the mind is how we think. You don't believe consciousness.
Well, I haven't
is-
affirmed that.
Okay, let me reframe. Restate my claim. In a naturalistic framework, the mind is how we think, right? There is no soul. I'm just granting that the way that the soul interacts with this universe, the way that God intended or whatever, I didn't prepare for a debate. The soul is interacting through the brain to experience this reality through our brain, through our body and its senses.
Wait, so
Animals
is the
can
mind
think through their brain in like a certain way. We understand that they like hunt, they like to take care of their family, but they don't have a soul, so the thoughts and the experience isn't the same as ours.
Okay, so what do you take thinking to be?
I'm not really sure. I don't have a definition for it. I'll just Google it.
Because that's going to be an issue, right? If both the soul and the mind think, right?
Oh, okay. Well, there's the issue right here. The definition is the active cognitive process of using a mind to produce thoughts. I don't think that thoughts are produced through the mind. So there we go.
Okay, where are thoughts produced?
In the soul.
Okay, so the soul is what thinks, the soul is what experiences, but animals don't have souls, and yet they think and they experience. What's going on?
Did you not hear what I said, gang?
I heard you
Like,
very
I feel
clearly.
like you're genuinely just fucking ignoring my words.
No, I heard
I
you very
said in a naturalistic framework, y'all are gonna claim brain activity.
Again, I haven't
they're
affirmed any
thinking.
framework. I don't know why you're saying y'all.
I didn't say it
people.
was your framework. That's why I stated naturalistic. Can you fucking track? I'm about to start getting rude.
No, you just said that y'all, as in me, as in I'm a naturalist, and I never affirmed that.
be the
Okay,
quick
gang.
question for the debate. Just to make it better. Do you think thought and mind are intrinsic or extrinsic?
Do I think what? I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. Do you think mind and mind and thinking are intrinsic or extrinsic to each other?
Intrinsic or extrinsic? I mean, I'm pretty agnostic on that. I'm not sure.
Sure. Do you think that in order to think that you have to have a mind?
Under my worldview, I just take a mind to be a thinking brain. So yeah,
Okay, well there we go. We have two different frameworks.
I'm just looking at your framework. If you don't want to continue debating, that's perfectly fine. But
So through the internal critique of our framework, if we're gonna say like there's two propositions, and there's one intrinsic thing which is gonna be like this brain, and we're gonna say like the mind is a set of consciousness produced by the brain, and there's gonna be like two different things. There's physicality and non-physicality. Did we have to like substantiate maybe that when we're talking about soul, we're talking about a conjunction of different propositions that yet like soul, mind, or body, stuff like these are going to be like a human, right? That's a conjunction of one proposition. We're just going to say like a soul as a conjunction of multiple propositions that we can like, that are non-aspectual. So we'll have like, I don't know, I guess a soul would be, a mind would be intrinsic to a soul, right? Because it's a
again,
function
what do you
of
mean by intrinsic here? Like you've said that a couple times.
yeah, within or and extrinsic is without.
You said within or what?
Or without. It's very simple.
Within or without?
Yeah, it's going to be within.
Is what intrinsic means to you?
No, intrinsic or extrinsic, within or without.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't actually have conversations like this, which is kind of why I'm getting frustrated, not at you, but at the fact that I'm fucking blundering right now, truthfully. But
That's fine. We don't have to continue the discussion.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I thought of an explanation. So I would grant that if we were to study an animal's brain, the matter inside of its noggin, that there would be electronic activity, right? I would grant that there would be some activity within that brain, but I would grant that that's just the design processes of these animals given their genetic structure. We've never seen an animal learn from a mistake that they made and then consciously act different. They don't make decisions. They just follow their nature, right? Their genetic coding.
Yeah, and just like to double down on it, I think like if a mind is truly intrinsic to a soul, like if that's the case, right? And this isn't if or if not case, so it's a probability case. So if the mind is truly intrinsic to a soul, and animals can think, or they have a set of thought process, then it ought just be the case that animals have a function of a soul. So through like this intrinsic data, it ought be the case that these animals have a soul.
Well, you'd think so, right? That's what the confusion here is he's affirming a whole lot of nothing. He's saying that the soul doesn't exist in an animal, which is an entity that thinks, but the soul is a requirement.
Dang, you're a fucking straw man. Enemy, don't piss me off.
Okay.
I never, ever claimed they think. You've said this three times now, and I've corrected you every
time. We can roll
time.
the clip, dude. We can literally roll the clip.
Gang, I'm a mod. I can literally roll the clip.
Yeah, roll the clip, bro.
Like, what are you talking about?
If this conversation is too upsetting
I've said multiple times.
Okay?
The naturalist thinks brain activity equals thought equals mind. I've already stated that thinking's intrinsic to the soul. So why the fuck do you keep strawmanning me?
It's fine. So I'm just gonna drop it. Obviously, this conversation is too upsetting. So we can just maybe engage in another time.
Gang, like I just dislike dishonest people, truthfully. You can get the fuck off the panel for that shit.
Wait, she's a judge.
Like, what are we talking about, my nigga?
Wait, she's one of the judges.
I don't give a fuck. He's not even coming.
Bro, we're still we have to bring her up. We have to be respectful. Just because you disagree, we can't kick her.
Gang, you didn't hear that? You was here this whole time. I thought you wasn't here. You heard that and you let that rock.
I was playing Pokemon. Like I was
okay. So you didn't hear her just strawman me multiple times and then just go, oh, okay, he's getting emotional. It's cool. Like, nigga, fuck that. Just leave then.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get this Bundy guy in here. I called him 4 times. He's God damn it, bro. But
yo, Tahir, wanna see something funny?
probably crash out,
What are you gonna do about it?
laugh at you.
Do it.
Okay, guys, we
Oh,
can
I
chill.
know,
We
my
can chill. We can
thumbs.
chill. Let's just sit.
No, do it. Laugh right now.
Let's just sit in peace. Like, let's just sit in peace.
I want to hear it. I want to hear your laugh. I want to see if it's cute. Laugh right now.
No, it's fine, guys. It's fine. We are waiting for this guy.
Okay, that's why I thought shut the fuck up like a bitch.
Okay, chill. It's all
You're
good.
fucking
it's all
disgusting. What the heck?
Good. It's all good. It's all
Wow.
good. It's all good. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for waiting. I know like this debate was supposed to start at 6. But yeah, this is a wash. Yeah, Volsi said it. It's literally an hour. This dude said he was gonna be here in 5 minutes. I don't know what he's doing. If I see him, it's on site, and I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wait,
No.
do you and Volsi live close to each other or no?
Oh no, I'm in the south. Volsi's somewhere else. Yo, Volsi, if he shows up to your live stream, bro, like literally invite me. I'm about to talk shit, bro. Cause like the fuck, bro. Why didn't he not come in here and catch this fade?
Let me invite me too, so I can crash out.
Bro, I swear.
Wait, just call me a bunch of slurs.
Wait, B, what was the concession?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
she
he's
said-
just,
she said that,
I think he's
thinking
running
is
away from the
intrinsic to the
debate
soul.
by crashing out like a little boy. I'm just gonna take that as a concession.
So have you ever
Oh,
watched
okay.
WWE before?
Have I ever watched what?
WWE.
No.
I watched WWE Divas.
Okay, Coco might get the reference in. So it's called a tag in or tag team, alright? So what he's basically doing here is he's tagging me in so I can slam you in idealism. Because I read Kant.
Did you read Kant? Oh, good stuff. Yeah.
I know, bro. So it's gonna be over, bro. I read Kant.
And
read
Descartes.
Hegel,
Don't forget
read
Descartes.
Bro. And Descartes, I think they're 4 a.m. Rationalism space.
Bro, crazy work. But
So
nah,
through this, my proposition, without like speaking to you like a lady, I'm actually going to speak to you like you understand philosophy. And if you don't understand, you get absolute knowledge gap. Then I apologize. If we're gonna say like the proposition is gonna be X, like, and X is gonna be a set of consciousness, and X resides in Y, and this is like a set of intrinsic data. Did it not be the case if X is inside another proposition Z? Did it not be the case that this proposition X is just gonna say like a proposition Y as resting in proposition X? So therefore, if proposition X is resting in proposition Z, then proposition Z is always going to have proposition Y. And through that case, if animals have a set of consciousness, then it ought to be the case that that they have a soul, just through like my modal logical evaluation. What's going to be like the contention with my argument?
good
Yeah.
God.
First of all, like I don't know what that fucking was even about. Like, you know how politicians say a whole lot of nothing with a ton of big words? Like that's just what you did. You could have absolutely shortened that for everyone else to understand. To be clear, I don't have a contention with believing that animals have souls, as humans are animals, right? Obviously, that's not the issue here. The issue is that your man blundered, when he said that animals don't have souls, but
Yo, dipshit. If you straw man me, I'm gonna mute
yeah,
you.
here he goes crashing out again.
Okay,
But,
wait, chill.
I don't care about animals having souls. I care about the blunder that he made, and I was confused about why he
I never said animals have souls. If you say it again, I'm genuinely just
would
gonna
accept
block
a worldview that's completely irrational.
Okay.
So that was the issue here, right? I don't care about any of that.
Oh,
if you
okay,
think
wait.
that if you think
Wait,
that
wait.
animals have souls, that's fine.
Wait. Can you show me my blunder?
Okay.
Can I show you your blunder?
we
I can
just-
show you your many blunders.
Can we
Will you
just
stop muting me this time?
can we drop it?
Nah,
Actually, wait, hold on, guys.
Nah,
Hold on, guys.
I need this.
Well, hold on. We could set up a formal debate. To be honest, like,
Nah, I'd rather not do it formal. I'd rather just handle
He's
my life.
weird. Like he's gonna call me a good girl and shit again. I don't want that. Like
Yo, really quickly, you just did all of that shit talking. So like, please don't run away from the actual substance. You claimed
Run away
again
from
for
what?
some fucking reason that I said animals have souls and I never did.
we can
My
literally
distinction.
roll. No, you said
Yo, my
animals
nigga.
don't have souls.
Yo, my nigga.
You said
Yo, my
animals
nigga.
don't have souls.
Am I not
right?
talking? Appreciate you, gang.
But I don't
My
care.
distinction is.
Mute is a concession, by the way. Just
I'm sure it is a concession.
Oh, W
My
concession.
distinction was
Yo, chill,
animals
Prince. You gotta
don't
show him the
have
mute, bro.
souls. Is she not literally interrupting me? I will actually fucking start tweaking.
Bro, but I mean, we gotta coexist, bro. Like we gotta figure out what
I
we're
will
doing here.
coexist. Mutual respect. Don't interrupt me while I'm in the middle of
I
talking.
would like
Please
to
and
make
thank
something
you.
known before he starts debating Beef. By him crashing out is a sense of consciousness, and we can examine that if consciousness is soul, animals do crash out, so therefore animals have souls. GG's, we win.
Yeah, my contention wasn't with animals having souls. I mean, if you were listening, you would understand.
Oh my
That's not the
God,
issue. The
damn.
issue was just the
Okay,
blunders that
but
he
hold
made.
up. But okay, so here's what we should.
Yo, bro.
Here's what we should
I'm
do.
actually about to tweet.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Okay, so Beep, Dream Chaser's getting frustrated with you saying his position, so he probably shouldn't do that. But also, Dream Chaser calling her a little girl is flirting with.
I didn't say
misogyny.
little
No,
girl. I
not
said
little
good girl.
good. He was like, yeah, good
Yeah.
girl, and
Yeah, yeah,
nasty
okay.
shit like that.
Yeah, it's a bit misogynistic.
Yeah, I call
let's
good
be
boys
honest.
good girls.
Yeah.
You are a good girl.
But we gotta be
Fucking
we
disgusting.
gotta be respectful about like we gotta
Okay. Well, then let's have mutual respect from this point forward, and you stop fucking interrupting me, then, right? Because I've been
can never
asking
respect you. We should
Oh,
just
okay,
call it
okay. Then
off
shut
now.
your bitch ass up, then. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah, we should call it off. Well, let's just
Anyway,
wait out the
no,
7 minutes.
no, Coco, because she been strawmanning me for the last 10 minutes. I would love to actually respond. Thank you. I made my point
We should
super
listen to the
clear
host
in
right
the
away.
beginning. I made my point super clear in the beginning.
Okay.
Animals
say your position,
don't-
and then we gotta call it off.
Humans were animals and are animals. They were separated and given the conscious, rational spirits. The other animals don't have it. I already said that. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Okay, we gotta call
I
it off.
affirmed that. I said I agreed with you. I said animals. You said that animals don't have souls. Like I'm not strawmanning you. You just affirmed that. Are you okay?
Okay.
Yo,
That's
okay.
literally what I said. You
Okay.
said, fucking
Okay.
idiot.
Okay, let's call it here. Let's call it here.
You want to go band for band since I'm a fucking idiot?
No, I don't care about that.
Okay, then shut your bitch ass up
wait,
talking.
chill.
He goes again. Like
Yo.
always gotta flex something irrelevant.
Okay, Prince, good girl and bitch, misogynistic, man.
Me saying good girl doesn't have shit to do with her being a woman and me being misogynistic. I call males and females good boy and good girl.
Yeah,
and then I will grant that saying bitch is misogynistic. So Missy, I apologize.
Yeah, we gotta keep it. We wanna be a good influence on society, right? We wanna treat people with
I
respect.
just gotta say, we landed, boys. We landed. Artemis is back. Let's go.
Oh,
Up one for America. Up one for humanity. We're doing it. We're going to the moon.
NASA update. Okay, based.
That was interesting.
Okay.
And Beep, I am the resident crash out actually. So if you have a problem with it,
Yeah, there you go, Dan. You have an issue? You have an issue? Like, obviously, I can't do anything over the internet. Like, are you okay?
yeah, I can scream at you actually over there.
You can what?
Scream at you. That's what I've been doing.
Scream match me? Why would I do
Scream
that?
at you, dumbass.
Yeah, of course you do that, bro. Like, you can't defend anything
That's the
intellectually.
only thing I can do on the internet, right?
Yeah, you can't defend anything intellectually, so instead you yell at
Oh,
people. and
okay.
you
So you
flex
didn't hear
money.
me offer sources for
because
any of
you're
the
a
points that
loser.
I brought up, or you're just like
That's just
stupid?
something that a loser would do.
Are you acoustic or?
Okay,
Acoustic?
but anyway,
What?
anyway, Pokemon is great. Volsi, what you got for us? Volsi's coming up.
What's going on, y'all? So, I got you. All right, y'all. So it's looking like this is a flake. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna start my own live.
Yeah,
I'll
let's call
debate
it.
politics tonight since I was in a political debate mood anyway. So it looks like tonight I'm gonna do politics, and if y'all want to join me over there, if any of my peoples are here, y'all go ahead and join me in a few minutes. Y'all still follow Coco though. I appreciate you, Coco, for setting this up anyway.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he answers us, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll set it up for another time because
Yeah.
this was a 1 hour, y'all. He's the
1 hour, bro. That's crazy.
he told us
Yeah.
he told me for 2-3 weeks straight that he will debate me on a formal stage because I keep running away. We set up the formal debate and he flakes out. I don't get it. So if this ever happens again, y'all be ready for that, and I guess I'll see y'all later. All right. I appreciate y'all. Y'all's go ahead and have a good night, and we'll do this later.
Have a good night, Volsi.
Oh yeah, we'll call it. But thank
Yo,
you for showing up,
Luis, ¿qué
Volsi.
pasa, tío?
What's up?
What's
What
up,
you getting
Luis?
into?
Just here with the kids. What y'all up to?
Well, we just witnessed the biggest forfeit
Dreamy.
we've ever seen, but no, I'm kidding.
As always, Luis, you know Prince, man, just screaming on TikTok live and shit.
Bruh.
Yeah, you've been aggressive lately, Prince.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really losing my patience with people that are just being dishonest. I like actually, cause like now I understand. Like when I first came on the TikTok panels and people would be like, "Yeah, we've been doing this for years." Like you'll understand what we're talking about. And I didn't know what y'all meant, but that shit gets frustrating.
There's phases to this, man. At first, you're the Christian that's like, y'all relax, calm down. Then you're like, wait, hold up, that's not true. And then you're like, nah, hell no. What did you just say? You're on that stage, and then you come back down.
Yeah, I'm on my coming down stage right now. Truthfully, I haven't crashed out this bad actually in a while. But like I've just never heard a grown ass.
We don't gotta do all that. We don't gotta do all that. We don't gotta do all that. No, like she's literally sitting in front of us. We don't gotta like insult her.
I'm not saying anything bad. She's a grown ass adult.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's all I said.
Okay.
Bro, Coco. Nah, listen. Hold on.
Girl?
Coco,
What?
you're afraid I'm going to say something, but I'm usually chill, gang. I just talk like this, bruh.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep I'm Switzerland here. Like, both you guys are my friends. I'm trying to keep the peace. But with that, guys, okay, the debate didn't happen. It's a forfeit. I'm going to talk to the person. But I guess should I keep going? Should I keep the live going? I guess I'm going to play video games. But yeah, we can talk about anything. But actually, and also all the people who are here who are judges, if we set this debate up for another day, would you still want to be a judge? We could probably like get that going. Yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, obviously, I don't know how you can like guarantee that the person will come on time, but I've never seen this happen on your debates, so
except for
hopefully next time it doesn't do that.
It's happened a couple times. Well, it's happened twice with Rasul. Rasul's just a piece of shit in regards to like showing up to debates. He'll show up like an hour later. But
damn.
Yeah. Rasul, we waited for him for like two debates, but yeah.
That's why I don't do formal debates, man, because it's just I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yo, B, what's gonna be your argument that you're not a brain in a vat?
That I'm not a brain in a vat?
Yeah.
What's that? Like, lay out the case. Is that a Hershinoff case?
Or it's like epistemic nihilism type shit.
Okay, what's the case?
What's going to be the argument for you to determine that the experience, your subjective experience, is not that of a brain in a vat being experimented on and having like electricity manipulate the neurons in your brain to give you the feeling of having the subjective experience?
I mean, I'm kind of agnostic on that. I don't really care about the topic. Like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't really care.
W, Prince. That's an easy concession.
I wouldn't say it's a concession.
Yeah,
like,
Luis,
agnosticism
you're so
definitely
funny,
isn't a
bro.
concession. But
Nah, he's joking.
I mean,
if you want to talk about something else,
it's
we
like,
can. If you don't crash out, but
it's like one step short of going outside. That's where you're at right now.
what?
Yeah, you ever like looked out the door and you're like, you're like one step short of going outside. Yeah, you're like heading toward a concession without really saying it.
Well, no, I'm just agnostic on the topic. I haven't read anything
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
a
I don't
great
really
way to
care
paint it.
about
I would say that too. I'm agnostic, and then just walk away. Yeah, that's an
Do you know what
easy cop-out.
agnosticism is?
Yeah, I'll translate it in my language. I don't give a damn.
Hey, I'm an agnostic
Right.
too.
So I'm not sure how I don't give a damn as I concede, but maybe that translates to your language as well. No?
Yeah, the Luis language.
I'm about to go aggressive, Prince. Watch.
Yeah, look how they both crash out on a woman. Good stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Your mods, by the way.
Always have to use that
Yeah.
card. I'm a woman. Don't crash out.
Well,
like,
I am
people
a woman and
always
you're a
say that
man.
shit. Like,
and
imagine a man was
you can't
arguing
control
and he was
yourself?
like,
Like,
"Oh
that's pretty
wow,
bad.
you're gonna be mean to me because I'm a man." Like that shit would be so corny.
Chill. Let's
No, it's just like weird, right? You guys brag about, control and emotional awareness and this solipsism stuff, and you're like fucking stronger, but for some reason, like you're just more emotional, and I don't know why. Like it takes three of you.
I'm gonna be honest.
To
I
talk. See, here you
I
go
would
again.
never
It
make
takes
the claim
three of
that I'm.
you to talk to me, and then all three of you crash out. Well, the other guy didn't, but it takes two of you to crash
Brother.
out, and one guy who was at least like legible to have a conversation with me. Like,
Oh, okay. So now I'm not legible. Like you just get to add harm.
you didn't
for
know
no
what
reason.
hylomorphism was. You didn't know what too many thinkers was. You
Gang,
have no
I
idea
didn't
what
know what
personal identity
holomorphism was
is. Like,
because
no,
I
you're
haven't
not.
read about it and I don't hold the position.
Like,
you
if
sound
you-
like
if
a
you
dumbass.
affirm that
random
souls
word in the
exist-
dictionary and see
That's
if
what
you
I'm
know what it
saying,
means.
and I don't hold the
If you
position
affirm
anyway.
that
So why the
souls
fuck should I know
exist and
something
you
I don't hold to?
subscribe to soul theory,
Gang,
then obviously
gang.
be the case that you've read about souls. Like, hello? This
Nah,
is
you know what's
Aristotle.
hilarious? She was fast as fuck to unmute that shit. She was waiting on it.
Yeah, because
Hey, gang, can I ask you a question? Why should I know about holomorphism just because I affirm a soul? There's
why
other
should you know
views on
about
the soul,
souls
right?
if you affirm soul theory? Good stuff. Yeah, it's a
Nigga,
good
that's the
question.
only soul theory? Are you
Good
actually being
question, buddy.
genuine?
No, it's
Are
just
you
like the
actually being
foundation.
genuine? No. Contest the
The
substance. That's the
foundation.
only
Do
soul
you know who
theory?
Aristotle is?
Duh, I have Aristotelian metaphysics, dumbass.
You
Answer
have
the question.
Aristotelian metaphysics, but you haven't read it. Good stuff.
Answer the question.
Wait, Prince, you can't be
Are
abusing
there
my
not
power,
other
bro.
soul theories?
Bro.
Are
Just so
there
you know,
not
you
other
hit
soul
yourself in the
theories?
head with the book, you don't actually
Are
learn anything.
there
Damn, that's
other
You just get
soul
brain
theories
damage,
or
which
no?
is very evident from talking
Are
to
there other
So
soul theories
maybe
or no?
read the book instead
Are
of
there?
hitting yourself with it.
Are
okay?
there?
What if I ate the book?
Are there?
Yeah,
Yes or
blend it
no?
up and drink it or something. I don't
First
know.
of all, where did I get my Aristotelian metaphysics from?
You just
since
asking
you're claiming
question
I read
after
it from
question
a
after
book?
question. Like,
And
why
you
are
won't
you so
answer
fucking
one. You just
upset?
keep talking shit the whole entire
down.
time. It's actually hilarious.
This is really bad optically, just so you know. Like, you.
I don't give a fuck.
Look
I don't
stupid.
give a fuck. Answer, like, bro, contest the substance. Answer a question. Stop making positive claims.
What was the question?
What book did I get my Aristotelian metaphysics out of? Can you tell me?
You don't have Aristotelian metaphysics. You fucking
Oh, okay.
idiot.
W positive
That's the
claim.
whole
W,
issue.
W concession.
Right, you're affirming soul theory, but you don't know what
Right.
hylomorphism is. You don't know anything
Right.
about Aristotle's metaphysics, and then
Oh,
for some
okay.
reason you bring
yo,
up his
yo,
book.
do me a favor. Wait, do me a
What's
favor.
going on?
Wait, do
Yo,
me a
B,
favor. Does
do you know
Thomas
what- can
Aquinas
you define
affirm
what-
holomorphism?
I don't know. I think he's
No,
a
he
Catholic,
doesn't.
so probably
Dumbass
not.
nigga. And I'm a fucking Thomist.
Hey, B, can you define what a wetback is in front of everybody?
Wait,
what?
that's a
If you're
slur.
Yeah, you
No,
can say
Coco,
Yo.
stop. B, do you know what a wetback is? Can you define that?
No,
Okay, W.
but apparently it's a slur.
You don't know what if you don't know what wetback means, and you can't even have a conversation in this room.
Wait,
that not a slur? Like, what?
Yeah, like
How do you use
what
the
is
English
happening?
language and you don't know that word?
guys,
Literally.
you
If
okay?
I don't use slurs, hello, I'm a good person.
Yeah, look, you gotta break
No.
this up. Wait, okay, guys, what the fuck?
I'm just joking, man.
Yo, you guys gotta
I'm
break
sorry,
this
B. I'm sorry, B. I'm joking.
It's a crazy
I'm
word.
cosplaying as your favorite atheist.
It's a prank, bro. It's a prank, bro.
I'm gonna be honest,
Stop the
Coco,
camera! Stop
I
the
think-
cameras! Stop the camera!
I think the fact that she is getting this reaction out of two separate people, including Luis Prince, you know, maybe we could just hand wave because Prince is the crash out. But I think the fact that
No, I
me and
was-
Luis hold the same perspective.
Wait,
No, I was literally just testing your little thesis that if you
Our
don't know
little
a word
thesis, yeah, it don't make
somehow,
sense.
you're not,
The
relevant.
issue isn't the
let's say.
word. The issue is the view, right? Like, if I were
Right.
to affirm that souls exist, but I haven't read any literature on souls, then that's just confused.
Why do
But-
you keep saying I didn't read literature?
Because the foundational literature of soul theory is going to
So
be
there's only one book
Aristotle.
for soul
Like, what?
theory? There's literally only
What
one
does
fucking
foundational
book
mean?
for
What
soul
does
theory?
foundational mean?
Gang.
Let's go back to the
Building
basics 101.
Gang.
What is foundational?
Claim right now there's only one book
Yeah,
for soul
that's
theory.
just a
Claim it right
dodge.
now.
What does foundational mean?
Claim
Make
it right
America
now.
brown again.
What does
Make the
foundational
claim
mean?
right now. Make the
I'm
claim
black.
right now.
Calm down.
Let's
Wait,
go.
Make the claim right now. Make the claim right now because your
What
dumbass
does-
just
yeah,
said some
what
stupid
does
shit. Say it right
foundational
now.
mean? What
Say
does
right now
foundational
there's
mean?
only one book for soul
What does
theory, nigga.
foundational mean?
All right, Prince.
Say
I'm
it.
gonna need you to calm down, son. Okay, take
Oh,
it
God.
down a notch.
A little bit. You have to calm it down, sir.
Okay, so I would talk in a calm manner if I wasn't getting interrupted, right? And we all know this. We all know
To be
Prince
clear,
is
I
actually.
ask the question before you
Look,
did.
look!
Yeah.
She
Prince
won't
is-
shut the fuck up!
Yeah, Prince is very chill, but also, guys, at this point, it's getting a little bad at hand.
Like, this is really ridiculous. Like, what?
Like, we can
Learn to stop
Maybe call
interrupting
Forrest
niggas.
in
You're
here.
a grown ass
Where's
adult.
Forrest when you need him?
Oh, God, we need Forrest.
Nah, get Forrest in here to fucking I ain't gonna lie, you are a degenerate. Like, there's no way you're an adult
Yeah.
with the same capabilities as me,
Uh-huh.
a brain, You don't know how to have mutual respect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
No,
did
I don't
call.
respect you. I've already
And
said
then
that.
what you do
called
is
me a
you go,
bitch, and you called me a
and
good
then you
girl.
go,
I don't have any respect
look,
for
she
you.
just said I'm bitching, but that's
No, I
misogynistic,
didn't.
right?
I said you
That's
called me a
misogynistic,
bitch, so I
right?
don't
she said
respect
you
Use
called
a
him a
bitch. Use
You
a bitch.
called me a bitch,
You
so I
is.
don't respect
And
you.
your
Here he goes
mom is a
again.
bitch.
Here he
And
goes
your
again.
grandma's a bitch. And
Okay,
your
chill,
daughter's
chill,
a
chill.
bitch.
Prince,
if you have
Prince,
one.
Prince.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Look, okay, guys, you guys just disagree on a topic, and like, look, that's fine, but I don't think that's like an excuse to start throwing out the misogynistic terms, right? Let's just chill, bro. Like, I get you guys.
Bro, she played the "I'm a woman" card and then used the misogynistic
Yeah, I
word
know.
against me.
Okay,
I didn't call you a bitch. I said you.
Okay.
I didn't call you a
Golly.
bitch.
No.
I said you called me one.
Yeah, she did.
No,
She
you
You would
didn't.
hear that.
Call
you
you.
said you're bitching. Those are your
No,
exact
she
words.
didn't say that.
Take a deep breath.
I heard
Let's
her.
reset real
She
quick.
didn't say
It's a
that.
mod break. Let's
Yeah.
reset. Let's reset.
Okay, so like, I think that to be fair, Beep, you were interrupting him, and to be
Yeah.
fair, I think there were like some insults thrown on your part, but at the same time, Prince, to be fair, you did call her a good girl and also call her a bitch, and like, I just think both parties did
I will
something wrong.
grant bitch is bad.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
Both-
That's misogynistic. I will not apologize for good.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
it's fine.
Both parties did something bad, but I think at this point we should just agree to disagree. Do we really think we're gonna resolve this in the next 30 minutes of yelling at each other?
I don't even want to have this conversation
resolve
anymore,
it
but they
not
keep
yelling.
bringing it back up. I've already said I don't want to talk about this because it's clearly too
So why are
upsetting
you
for
still
me.
here?
Yeah, we could, she's allowed to be on the
Hanging
panel.
out on the panel.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
You keep talking. Me and Luis
You
was
brought
talking.
it up
and you
again with
butted
your
in.
little buddy. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to drop this. I told you
Yo,
that we weren't
gang.
going to get anywhere because you were too upset,
Hold-
and you
yo,
decided to
bro.
bring it
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
Yo, Coco.
Prince. You can't talk to your friend about the person that you're not getting along with in front of their face. That's a little bit trifling. That's crazy work, bro.
Okay. Maybe, you know what, brother? I'm just going to grant that because I grew up in a different cultural background, I just practice different norms and we can agree to disagree.
What do you mean different cultural background? I'm black.
It doesn't matter about you being black. You didn't grow
You
up where I
sound
grew up.
white.
And you do sound white. as
That's
shit.
a black
I
woman.
don't know what that even means. Like what? I sound white. Good stuff.
Where are you from?
White. Are you listening to my accent? Do I sound white even though I'm brown?
I don't speak like that.
My bad. Let
Where
me
are
go
you
get my
from?
sheepdog.
Are you from the south or the north?
I'm from the south.
What part?
Why would I tell you what part? Hello?
She's from Texas.
I'm not
I can
going to
tell.
come to your state, gang.
I
Like,
don't
what are you
care.
talking
I'm not
about?
telling you that.
But it's okay. She doesn't have to. Yeah.
You don't have to, but regardless, you're more than likely not from my state, and then extremely likely not from my city. So that was the point.
Well,
It's
yeah.
different cultures.
Well, I'll actually tell you because I don't really care anymore. I grew up in Atlanta,
Okay.
Let's go.
and then I moved to a more rural part of Georgia, but yeah, probably very different.
I'm from Virginia, so it's definitely much different.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Very white of you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what is funny to me though? A whole lot of people think Virginia is like this white state, and it literally has like one of the highest black populations in the U.S.
I'm from Louisiana. We got Popeyes.
Are you?
No.
Are you from Texas originally, Coco?
Well, I mean, like, I was trying not to say it on stream, but yeah. I'm from
my
Texas.
bad, my
No,
bad.
no, you're totally good. Yeah, I'm from Texas. I'm in
Wait,
Texas.
yeah,
right now.
I do want your input, disciple.
Wait a minute, Coco. You're my neighbor?
Yeah.
I'm in Texas.
I'm in Texas, yeah.
Do you wear boots or no?
No, I'm not a cowboy, but
Man, never mind.
But pause, respectfully, like I grew up watching Footloose, and I was like, dang, maybe I need to
Pause.
maybe I need to get with a country girl and learn how to like square dance.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo, swear, wait, no misogyny though, but like it'd be pretty cool to like own a couple horses, you know, peacefully be living in the countryside, square
Yeah.
dancing. Like, smoke
Bro,
shit.
did you just say no misogyny? Just like
Because women are not objects. Like I don't want to be like women are not objects. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I want to get a country girl and like I like her because of the aesthetic. No, like obviously meet somebody with like a good personality or like.
But that's not misogynistic. You might just like that. That's just
You
normal.
got it tight, bro.
But
It's a
pause.
preference.
Not trying to be corny or pick me, but you know.
Nah, you got to be a simp for something.
Hey, CF Jewel, get up here, brother. I'm trying to talk to you, gang. Where the bro? I didn't even see you was in this joint.
Footloose was a very good movie. I really liked Footloose.
Okay, didn't you say you was gonna say something?
But wait, Beep, you were asking a disciple a
Oh
question?
man. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
thought
wanted
you
their
wanted to
input.
end the convo, but I low key thought it was interesting. Like, I mean, about the whole soul thing, because maybe you can make a case to say that, like, regardless of animals having like a soul or something like that, you could still obviously observe them suffering, and then some type of
Right.
suffering can also be entailed from the person who sees that suffering, right?
Hmm.
Like we know that people in slaughterhouses, for an example, often develop like things like PTSD very commonly. But I mean, at the end of the day, look, this is my
Yeah, that's
problem
true.
with arguments like the problem of evil, right? They're never really going to land because at best what it does is gets the theists to like commit to maybe some type of absurdity where they're just like,
Skeptical
look, there
theism
is
or something.
there is like some type of answer, you know what I mean, at the end, right? And that's why I think problem of evil most of the time doesn't really work.
I just don't think anybody has sufficient epistemic access to even make a POE claim.
Wait, to
Truthfully.
be clear, I don't
Well,
think I made any
internal
POE
critique.
claims either.
No,
We're
you
just
didn't.
talking about
I
the
didn't. I
soul.
wasn't saying you were. I wasn't saying you were.
No,
I was
I
just
mean the
saying.
disciple. Like, I don't know if we mentioned that at all, but yeah, good points.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the problem of evil is always an internal critique, right? So it's either the case that, like, evil does exist, and, you know what I mean, you can say whatever there is, maybe it's like a deprivation or something
It's
like
God's
that. Then
fault.
it would just be like, why is that, like, allowed or something like that? Do you know what I mean? There must be good reason for that to happen, and I think that's what a theist would have to be committed to saying there's good reason for X, Y, Z suffering to occur, it's necessary, and there's an answer.
Yeah, there's a good reason. So y'all don't repeat the damn thing, but y'all
I'm just
keep
gonna
doing
hold
it.
the pro toto stance.
Crazy word.
You know
What
what
pro
I'm
toto
saying?
or what Louise said?
Oh no, nothing. Nothing. It was for something else.
But yeah, I'm just gonna hold to pro toto goods and evils, and then obviously, yeah, all the ends will justify all the means.
Do you guys just do theism, or do you debate other topics?
I dabble in politics, like
Oh, don't go there, brother, because you know where we're
I
gonna
do
take
philosophy,
this.
but I don't, and morality, but I don't do politics or
I voted for Trump. What do
like
you
the
got to say about that?
LGBTQ stuff.
You voted for Trump?
He's not serious about
Obviously.
You probably shouldn't vote again.
that. He's not serious
What?
about that. He's joking.
I said you probably shouldn't vote again.
Why? Give me a good reason.
I don't know if your IQ is high enough to do it. There's like ethical implications when you say that.
Would you like to see my IQ test? We can do a comparison.
No, I don't think it's ethical to engage in that conversation.
But okay, but hold on. So but basically, yeah, like I dabble in philosophy.
Nah,
I mainly
she
do,
is
like,
so condescending. That is W rhetoric.
Yeah.
My bad, Coco. I ain't mean to interrupt you. That is just so fucking funny.
No, you're totally good. I dabble in philosophy. I do religion, and I dabble in politics. But I feel like wait, actually, Beep, what do you think about if somebody wanted to get into politics, but they're like late to the game, like they're interested in like modern day politics, but they have to go back and study history? Do you think they could do it?
Yeah, I think that anyone can learn anything. Like for me, I wanted to learn more about history, specifically Black history. So I started watching a ton of YouTube videos about specific incidents, and then like eventually you'll see how they connect. But like I think you're more than smart enough to do that. Like you should absolutely be fine.
Bro,
So
I
much
can't turn my
credibility
camera
on
on to
YouTube.
show my books. I wanted to prove her wrong about my claim on me not reading one soul theory.
Yeah, Beep
Fritz,
it's
do you
just
wanna
going to be the
drag
case
that
that
out?
Beep has TDS.
You know, Coco, truthfully, I want to drag it out because I'm petty, but not drag it out and crash out. Just drag out.
What is TDS?
What is TDS? Church of the Latter-day Saints? No, that's LDS.
No, that's Trump derangement syndrome. Come on, pay attention here. You're a little slow.
Listen, sir, I don't know if you're making a bit here and you're doing a joke, but it's got to stop, okay? Just cut it out.
She did a pretty good accent. But
no more of this Trump shit. I don't want to hear about that man. You know, he's kind of, you know.
That's a good fella right there. What do you mean?
You think so, right? So you think he's a good feller, but I don't think he's a good feller, which speaks volumes. So maybe don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, I also speak out
Wait,
of
wait. Why does that speak volumes? Why?
There's ethical implications
Yeah.
with me answering that question.
But why?
If you think wait, hold on. If you think Trump is a good person, then you're literally saying that like a schmenophile is a good person, essentially.
Yeah, that's granted.
Yeah.
I don't make claim. I mean, brother, I'm a Christian. All of us are shitty people. Isn't that awesome? I could just make that claim. We're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Christians?
Do you guys know about what
No,
he's...
everybody on the planet.
Do you guys know about what Trump said about his daughter on that one show with like that American Idol judge?
What they had in common was sex?
Or no, like the host of that show said like
Oh no, it went further. Beat. You got to go listen to it on YouTube's.
Stern Howard, something Howard. But basically,
It's Howard Stern.
Yeah,
my
Howard
good sir.
Stern. But basically, like Howard Stern said, your daughter is a nice piece of butt, basically, but the A word, right?
Oh, wow.
And Donald Trump was like, yeah, and like that's recorded.
Wait, did you see the one about where he had her as a baby and he was talking about how she had nice legs as a literal infant?
Oh no, I did not see that one.
He said she has nice legs. She has her mother's legs, wonderful legs and shit.
Yeah, and he also said that like if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her, and like there's been multiple.
Oh,
things.
that's crazy. What
Did you
the
see
hell?
the clip where someone asked him what he and Ivanka had in common and he said sex?
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
All right, folks. This is TDS on display. I'm just letting y'all know.
Wait, hold on, wait, Prince, you didn't know this? Like Trump's been saying like pedophile type shit.
I mean, I don't keep up with most of that stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Until recently, like for a majority of my life, I was too busy trying to stay alive to be worried about like the news and shit. But recently, yeah, I've been keeping up.
But you know what's annoying though is when look, I'm just gonna be honest here. When I hate when atheist panels are like, "These Christians support Trump. They're so disgusting, just like him." I'm like, first of all, shut the hell up because you're generalizing all Christians. If you actually ask Christians, there's a split in the church even today with this like political stuff. We're not all the same. We don't all believe, and yeah, we're gonna call out the disgusting things that Trump has to say. I just like me. I don't give a damn. I lose friends all the time in my personal life and on my Facebook calling that stuff out, and it's from Christians who go to my church. I don't care. Like, you got to shine the light on the stuff that the man is doing and his administration, and not be afraid. It's like, and it is weird because some Christians almost do worship the man, which is really weird. It's like you're violating the "you shall not have any other gods" commandment by doing that.
Oh God.
So you got to call it out, right? So it is a little annoying because people like me and Prince will catch heat from both sides because it's like we're the Christians that are calling it out, but then the atheists are also saying it's y'all's guys' fault for voting him in. I'm like, we didn't vote for him, FYI. So yeah, keep that generalization to yourself.
The only MAGA I am is make atheism great again.
On God, okay. Let's go.
W.
Make atheism great again.
Now, Luis,
atheism is already great. What do you mean?
On God, fire, like for real.
Like you saying that and you having contentions with atheism is just pleading into the atheistic worldview. So we're pretty great.
Wait, what's the argument?
You know what?
that's
I'll actually
W-Lord.
hate on atheists.
That's
I think
W-Lord.
most atheists are confused, and I don't think they make good arguments most of
Wait,
the
you
time.
haven't heard the ultimate atheism argument? That's like undefeatable. It's peak. You haven't heard it?
Nuh-uh.
Run the
Here, I'll
premises.
give you the argument. Yeah, premise 1, if atheism is true, God does not exist. Premise 2, God does not exist. Conclusion, atheism is true. Premise 2 can be swapped out for God or for
Is
atheism.
this the tag of atheism?
This is clearly the most real and the best argument for atheism. And even if you have a contention with the argument, you're borrowing from the atheistic worldview. So what's the contention with the argument?
atheist tag.
On God, for real.
Atheist tag. Yep, that's what I just said. Yep.
Wait, it doesn't seem to be that you guys are taking the argument seriously. I'm not sure why that could be the case. It's obviously a very clear argument,
'Cause you're a woman.
justified. So
Oh, yeah, that is true. Actually,
God, okay, they're joking, but
Yeah, we are joking.
was the bitch and good girl stuff also a joke, or?
Oh,
the good girl,
Prince.
the good girl, bro.
Prince.
I apologize that you like took that to heart. I call everyone good boy and good girl. That's rhetoric.
So does Forrest.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. It just gets people angry. It's W rage, baby. But I'll
Prince is the
grant that
Forrest of
same
Christianity.
Forrest is Calvinist, Luis. You know what I mean? That's my best buddy. That's my big homie right there.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, he recently was like, yeah, I heard him on the panel that he's agnostic. I was like, what the hell?
Wait,
When did
really?
you start announcing that? He said that
Nah,
on the
that's
panel.
wicked. You know, Luis, I think You might have been right when we talked on the phone that one time.
I told
Maybe
you.
him becoming cool. You know, you never know.
You think Forrest will convert to Christianity? Nah.
He will eventually.
Nah, he wouldn't. I mean, Forrest? Nah.
That'd be crazy.
No way.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Coco? Watch like 5 years from now, you're gonna be on your battles. You're gonna be like introducing Forrest.
Coco's gonna be Christian soon. I forgot, Coco. We supposed to hop on the phone and talk about that shit you said the other
Don't
day.
give in. Don't give in. No.
There's a
no.
lot of explaining that needs to be done. Like a lot that needs to be clarified. I've seen
Have you
too
had
much.
time to think about some of the shit that we talked about, Coco?
I've sort of thought about it, but not really.
Don't give in. It's all
Yeah.
false. It's not true.
There's a lot.
Listen, Coco,
Beef,
you don't let anyone.
Christianity is as true as the moon landing.
Yeah, you're just borrowing from the atheistic worldview when you say that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, try to get past the firmament beep, and then.
Yeah,
then
can
come
you
talk
make
to
an
me.
argument without stealing from the atheistic worldview?
Yeah, did Atheismo say that he created the firmament? Nah, Yahweh did.
Nope.
Okay, again, that's stealing from the atheistic worldview, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Isaac Newton about you. When
Atheism
I get
1, Christian 0,
Can
or
you bridge
negative
that gap for me?
2 million,
Can you-
I think. That's
can
how
you
many
bridge
people
that
got
gap for
killed,
me or
2
no?
million.
On God, we just knowledge gapped the theist.
You know what? If Isaac Newton's the most brilliant man that ever existed, and he believes in God, so do I. There you go.
Wait, does he? Wait, actually,
Yeah,
I'm stupid.
He actually is, bro. Yeah, like if you
The
do a
most
comparison,
brilliant-
if you do Isaac Newton, if you do a comparison on what this dude did before,
Oh, he's the smartest man of all time. For sure.
yes, dude, he is off the charts, bro.
Or actually, no. There's this other dude, not Isaac Newton. It's the guy who literally created. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He created so much of math that they gave the second people that discovered what he discovered first the title of it because he had discovered everything. I can't think of his name.
Isaac
But you
Newton.
don't think that God will let you go into heaven because you believe in him because Isaac Newton did, right? Like,
Yeah, he'll be like, you know, Isaac Newton's cool with me. Let's go, Lewis. Good job, son. I'm gonna be like, yes, that's why I believed.
Hey man, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm pretty sure Isaac Newton said some shit like that.
Yeah. Isaac Newton was a Christian. I did search it up. That's crazy word.
so was Schmittler. I mean, this doesn't really mean anything.
No, he wasn't. That's verifiably not true.
The Schnazi belt.
Hey, K-Man, you want to know something funny that I learned the other day?
What? I'm wearing a crop, so that makes me a Christian.
Darwin started evolution to disprove Christianity after he fell out of the Catholic Church. I didn't know that.
Well, so that's just
Yeah.
like fallacious
It was
to
like
say, oh
agnostic.
no, these people weren't a Christian, but these people were like, come on, bro.
Well, also wait.
We're true Scotsmen, like, come on, bro. Who's your representative? Who runs this establishment? Like, who sends you here? Like, who do you speak
Beep,
for?
the fact that you said Hitler's a Christian just shows me how naive you are when it comes to history.
Yeah,
like, I'm
do
not
you
even
have
joking.
facts to prove it otherwise?
Yeah, wearing a cross is not facts.
Have you guys read?
Okay, to be clear, wearing a cross is not facts. Is not a fact about Hitler not being a Christian.
Yeah, it isn't a fact. You're the one who pointed
Okay,
that
so
out.
you don't have
He's
facts
got a
that Hitler
cross,
wasn't
so he's a Christian.
Have you guys read?
Speaking to my argument is not a fact.
Have you guys
Hold on,
read
hold on.
Mein Kampf?
I read parts of it.
Yeah, I read parts of it, not all of it.
The autobiography of Hitler, basically. But you know.
Yeah. I've
Well, in that
I've
you
seen
mentioned-
Boy in the Striped Pajamas, man. I know everything.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Boy
I
in
think,
the
I
Stripes.
watched that movie. It was pretty good. But sad. The Holocaust is sad, but it was a good movie.
Nah,
I guess.
great movie, yeah.
So my co-founder, he's Jewish. His grandfather was in the Holocaust, and
that's crazy.
We're not that far removed, right, from it.
Yeah.
No, we're really not. And this stuff, man, it's like insane. Like what this man did to the Jewish people. Like the fact there's people who deny that it even happened is just crazy work.
They're on TikTok.
Right.
Holocaust deniers.
Do you guys think that slavery, like chattel slavery, was worse than the Holocaust?
I don't do comparisons like that. I think that's just
I don't
stupid.
But low key, Did it
It
last?
absolutely was,
Yeah,
bro.
it lasted longer. Yeah, and like there
No,
was a lot of people
I get
affected.
it.
Oh, I could grant
Yeah,
that it
no,
lasted longer.
yeah, I could get it, but then check this out, Coco.
Yeah.
You could also say that okay, there was 10 million that were brought across through the transatlantic slave trade, right?
Yeah.
Then I could also say, well, my people suffered worse than Africans because the indigenous people. You know how many casualties there were?
Native Americans. Yeah, there was a shit
Yes.
ton.
I could say the
50
same thing as a Puerto
million.
Rican. We're the
Yeah.
Browns.
50 million. So I could say that too, but I don't because I think it's dumb to like compare who was damaged the most. We were all hurt by colonialism,
Oh god.
right? So
Yeah.
I just wouldn't even make that comparison because
One
I
of
think
my
it's just-
ancestors was an Amalekite.
Wait, so
You think slaves suffered more than them?
I don't understand. Like, wait, like I don't want you to think that I'm being rude when I say this, but like,
you probably are.
yeah, I mean, if you take it that way, like, I really hope that you don't, because I don't mean it to be rude, but like, genuinely, if Christianity was a part of colonialism and you're Native American and you reject colonialism, but you don't reject Christianity, like, how do you deal with like, do you ever feel any kind of way about that, or?
Oh, that's not disrespectful at all. I was thinking you to say something else. No, that's not disrespectful at all. No, because like I take it that when I read the New Testament and I read what Jesus says, and I look at what the colonists did, they just don't match up in my opinion. So I just take it that they were not practicing what Christ was teaching. So for me, when I follow Christ, I'm not following the colonialists who didn't, in my opinion, showcase those teachings. So I follow Christ himself. But I get what you're saying though, because there is sort of a stain on Christianity because of all of the stuff that they justified, right? So like I don't ever run away from that. They absolutely said God said this or God told me to do that. I don't run away from that. It's just a fact, right? You just
Well,
have
I mean,
to
this
deal
kind
with
of,
it.
in my opinion, creates a problem, right? Where you say that you follow Jesus and you follow Jesus's word, but like we said earlier, right, with the Schmittler case, like obviously a lot of Christians will deny that, they weren't following the Bible properly, so they weren't actually a Christian, or they weren't this or they weren't that. But like, who is the true Scotsman, right? Like, who is actually representing here? How many times can we deny the representatives? And how many times can we justify the awful things that these representatives have done in the name of not being a representative? Like, how far does this go?
Yeah, but I think that's true for like a lot of other religions or belief systems as well across the world. Like, I take it that the ugly that we see across humanity is just it's part of our nature, and we just find a reason to justify whether it's Jesus or Muhammad or whoever else or whatever else you want to pick. I just take it that humans have this innate ability to just be evil, and then find a justification for it. So, me personally, I see it this way. I wouldn't blame you for something Prince did. So if I look at Jesus himself as a person, an individual, I do not reference like their behavior to what Jesus is or who he is.
Well,
so that's why I don't have an issue with it.
That's not analogous, and I'll tell you why, right? That would be like
It
me
might not be to
creating-
you, but that's just
Well,
how
it's just
I hold
not
to
in
it.
principle, right? Like, let's say that, I know everything, and I am the creator of everything, and I'm the most powerful entity in the universe, and no other entity can define me or fight me or anything, right? If I create an entity knowing that they're going to do awful things in the name of me, right? And I'm aware of these things that they're going to do, there obviously seems to be some causation here, as well as at least some foreseeability. So it's just not going to be symmetrical with the Prince example.
Yeah, I disagree. I mean,
What do you mean? Like, how is that analogous?
yeah, well, my analogy is more so that you could understand how I reconcile, right, how his followers have behaved with the actual person of Jesus, right? And so I'm not saying that are you, so let me just clarify. Are you saying, so I can understand you, if God foreknew that his representatives or just people in general would do these things, then somehow he's to blame?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that God had some responsibility for the evil actions in history, and the representation. And unless you deny that God is all good, which could
Wait,
be
are
a
you
separate
saying
issue.
knowledge equals causation?
Right. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Foreknowledge to an extent, yeah.
Can you
But
Okay,
the
Google?
other
so hold
thing
up.
here that's
Can
playing
you
into this
Google?
is, hold on, the other issue here is the omni properties that God possesses, right? As human beings, we don't possess any omni properties. We don't have ultimate knowledge. We don't have ultimate power. We don't have ultimate anything, right? We're beings, right? And so we have this human condition where the responsibility would not add up if, you know, I did something or you did something and that causal chain existed. Obviously with God, right, he doesn't get that cutout. Like, he created everything. He destroys whatever he wants. He's the most powerful, most ultimate being in the universe. So obviously he's responsible for the awful things in the universe. Like, hello?
So I'm gonna give this to you, even though you're gonna say it's not analogous. Are you a parent, by the way?
No. God, no.
Okay, so you won't understand that. But I'm gonna tell you, as a parent, I knew when I had my children and I brought them to this world, even though I don't have like complete knowledge like God, I did to a degree know enough, right, that at some point they're going to do something that is not moral or not good. Okay.
Shit.
So I had some sort of foreknowledge. Yet I brought them into this world, right? So would you say that the parent, your parents, are to blame for your actions and what you've done?
I have a better question. Your parents knew, given the way that history is gone, that people pass away, and they gave birth to you knowing that you would pass away. Are they to blame for you passing away?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you take it, right? So I'm kind of looking at it from a more antinatalist perspective because I am one. For the first question that was asked, no, I wouldn't say that they're responsible, but obviously you called it like it's not symmetrical to God at all. And if you want me to demonstrate that, I can. And then the second question, yeah, my parents are responsible for my death. If death is part of the human condition and my parents decided to bring me into sentience, knowing I would experience these human conditions, they're responsible for that. Yeah.
That's crazy. You would genuinely consider? Do you really like?
That's
okay,
insane.
I wouldn't say
wait.
they killed me. Now that's different, right? But they're responsible ultimately
No.
for my life and my death. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're responsible for all the bad actions that you take too then?
No, I answered that
No.
question separately.
No, that's you. Now you're trying to skirt around the thing.
Wait, yeah, that's
because-
Okay, wait.
interesting. How
What
can you
what is
separate?
the
Yeah.
what is the contradiction?
Yeah, there's a contradiction because you're saying that because God knew we would do something that somehow he's responsible.
Yeah.
You don't have to have complete knowledge of the exact things that someone's going to do. You just have to know that they're going to possibly do them, and it's likely that they are. If you're going to be a parent, you know that your kid at some point
Are
is
you
gonna do
never going to
something
give birth
immoral.
to a child, Beep?
No, I think having
Yeah.
kids is immoral.
I'm not.
Well, I
either.
know that. I know what antinatalism is, but
So why would you ask me that? What the fuck?
you don't think your opinion would ever change?
No, I would never have a child. I think it's immoral. I think it's comparable to some of the worst things in this world is having kids.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm not.
But
I'm not
to
planning
answer
on
your
having
question,
kids
or
either.
I guess this isn't like an answer. This is a question. Like, do you think that God is like all knowing, all loving, all powerful? Like, what properties does he have?
No, he doesn't love all things. He doesn't love evil. He doesn't
Don't
love. Yeah, there's certain
appreciate
things he doesn't love.
Well, no, obviously, but like it depends. Okay, I would just take all loving to be like maximally opposed to evil. Would he be maximally opposed to evil?
Mm. I'm unsure about that, truthfully.
I mean, I can give you an answer based off of like some of the debates that I've had.
Yeah,
But I kind of want to hear. I kind of want to hear their answer, or specifically Lewis' answer.
You really want one with me, huh?
Yeah, I want to debate whoever's willing to debate. I disagree with
I'm
the
not-
proposition.
Yeah, I'm not your like. I'm not a Phil bro, but let's go. Yeah, I would say that. That's a good question because I'm a compatibilist, and so if he allows evil to some degree, he must think that
It's permissible, right? Exactly. That's the issue here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you want to say that he's not all loving or all good, right? But then we'd have an issue about why we ought to follow his word, and we can talk about that. But if you want to say that he is all good and propose another definition of what it means to be all good, or agree with mine, then there would be issues, right?
My problem is that when you claim, like, when you make the claim that if God was maximally opposed to evil, that he would then, as such, act instantly, that's my problem.
I didn't make the claim that he would act instantly.
Well, I think that's, like, kind of what's entailed by what you're getting at. Right?
Okay, where is that entailed?
when you're asking, given these qualities, why, like what you're basically getting at is given these qualities, especially the fact that God should be maximally against evil or maximally opposed to evil, that evil shouldn't exist, given that he's all powerful, right? That's what you're getting at.
Well, yeah, that's just true, right?
Yeah, that's what's
It
entailed
would
by
be
what you're
error.
saying.
It would be an error if
So,
he
so
were to
that's
affirm that God is maximally
that's
opposed to
okay, that's
evil, but for some reason evil exists in a world in which he's the most powerful entity and has the power to change anything. Then one of these two things is not true. He's either
that's.
not all knowing or all powerful or all loving. So yeah,
I literally just said that. I don't know why. Okay, so I
no,
got on
I'm
the same
agreeing with
page with
you.
you.
I'm agreeing with you. Calm down.
I got on the same page with you
No,
because
I'm
that
agreeing with
also
you. Hello, like, you're good.
I got
Oh
on
my
the same
God.
page with you because you're leaving out other properties. For example, all knowing, and again, other qualities of all loving. So, for example, if we were to
He's
say
all
that,
just, baby.
and all just, so if God, we were to say that, I mean, most Christians would grant that the purpose of this creation and the way that it has gone is for God to create beings that would have the ability to freely choose Him.
Mm-hmm.
When you make the claim that if God is maximally opposed to evil, he would then get rid of all of those beings. At what point should he have done that? Should he have done it with the flood? Well, that's a problem. Should he have done it at the beginning of time with Adam and Eve and been like, oh, you did evil, cease to exist? Then none of us would exist.
Well, yeah. So number one, right? If you have an issue with the way that I defined all good, then you can bring that up, and we can have a different working definition. Then yeah, if he's all good and maximally opposed to evil, as I proposed, right? And he's also all powerful and all knowing. These are like the common properties that are associated with God. Then he would have to have not created Adam and Eve to eat the apple, and this causal chain would have been destroyed, right? Like,
No,
yeah, that would be a responsibility.
What I was trying to get at was that you're claiming that you, as a being who doesn't have access to any of those qualities, would have epistemic access to what a being with those qualities would do if he was maximally opposed to evil.
Well, can God break the laws of logic?
Ma'am, can I finish my sentence? Lord of mercy. Like I'm actually being cool with you because this is a good conversation. So please, like, fuck her. Like, damn, gang. I also have memory issues. That's why I hate when people interrupt me. I can't remember shit sometimes. Fuck you. I lost my train of thought. I have short-term memory loss.
Well, it's fine. Well, I'll ask you a question. So, can God break the laws of logic?
No.
Okay, so
the laws of
he
logic
can't break
are
the
grounded
law
in
of
his nature.
non-contradiction, right? So obviously he can't be maximally opposed to evil and also create evil, because then he would be breaking the law of logic.
Wait, when did God create evil?
He created human beings, by extension creating evil, because he had the foreseeability that this is what would happen.
Can you correlate those two, please? That creating human beings who have the capability to do evil is him creating evil.
Does God know everything?
Bro, first of all, okay. I take that God is all knowing in the sense that his knowledge is prima facie and he exists outside of time.
His knowledge is at its face. What the hell does that mean?
That he's outside of time, he exists outside of time, and so he knows all things.
That's not what his knowledge is prima facie means. What do you mean by that?
Yo, are you gonna fucking let me talk? Cause I'm actually starting to get tight. I let you finish yours. I let you finish your sentences. Please let me finish my sentences. I don't know how you're gonna tell me my fucking framework when I claim that God's knowledge is prima facie. It's gonna be that at face value, outside of time, he sees all events. He knows all events. He has access to all knowledge sets of the universe. Prima facie.
I think we need to clarify the definition of prima facie.
Like, hello? Like, that's not what prima facie means, but that's fine. Okay,
Okay.
like that doesn't work in
Prima
that context.
facie is a Latin term meaning at first sight or on its face. That's exactly what the fuck I just said. Like, please
Right, but
stop
in
trying
that
to like,
context,
please
it
stop trying to
doesn't
intellectually have a dick measuring contest with me like I'm stupid, my nigga.
Well, it's obviously bigger. We all know this, so
Right.
it's fine. There's no
Okay.
contest here. But
I'm sure.
You're so misogynistic.
Listen,
you really
like,
are.
the issue is, okay, I just had an issue with you using that word because, like, just don't use that in the future, bro. People will clown you for
Bro,
saying
my
that.
nigga,
But,
stop telling me what to do. I'm a Thomist. This is my fucking framework.
If you want to get clowned, that's fine, right? So if God has
So show me the
epistemic knowledge-
contradiction and
if
stop
God
fucking
has,
rhetoric.
Yeah, here you
Like,
go.
stop giving
if
me rhetoric
God
and give
has
substance.
epistemic knowledge to all things, right, and he's all-knowing as you define him to be, then he would probably know
How
that
do
the
you
humans...
determine what an
Here
all-knowing
he
being
goes.
is?
I'm working under your framework, relax.
No,
The
you're not,
misandry on
because
this
I just
panel
said
is
it's prima
crazy.
facie, nigga.
Here he goes, bro.
The misandry
Like, yo,
on this
you're
panel's
so
crazy.
fucking annoying. Genuinely, this is so dishonest. Nigga, I said it's prima facie. You're not working under my framework. You fucking dumbass.
I literally just worked under your framework.
No, the fuck
I'm
you
using,
didn't.
I'm using the
I said
definitions
it's
you're
prima
using.
facie, nigga.
That's right, and I'm using the definition that you gave. Do you want to calm
Okay,
down, or do you
okay.
want to keep
If
crashing
you
out?
fucking strawman me again, I'm genuinely gonna call you
What was the
an
straw man?
infinite number of slurs. No bullshit.
What was the straw man, to be clear?
Say what you were saying, bro. Before I
What was
start
the
cursing
straw
you out.
man?
You're
Oh, boy who
fatiguing.
cried
You're
wolf. Good
fatiguing the
stuff.
fuck
Don't
out
cry
of me.
wolf again. Okay, it
You're
makes you look
fatiguing the
stupid.
fuck out of me.
Okay, so after that interruption, that was very unnecessary.
Bro, keep talking like a good
If he's
girl,
saying,
please.
if he's, yeah, there he goes again. Good stuff.
Yep.
So if he's saying that, you know, God is all knowing, I'm not sure why the question here is, if God had knowledge that people would create evil, how is he responsible?
What's your
Like, do you wanna
definition of all
rethink
knowing?
that?
What's your
Your
definition of all knowing?
fucking idiot. I'm using your definition. You're not
Tell me what it
tracking or
is.
what?
Tell me what
Your
it is, you
definition is that
fucking
prima
idiot.
facie he's outside of space and time, which
And
means
so
that
he
he
has
knows everything
access to all
outside of
knowledge
space
of
and
the
time
universe
and has
at
access
face
to all
value.
epistemic
Yes.
knowledge and truth of the universe.
Yes. Now show me the contradiction, you fucking dipshit.
I'm trying to explain it to you. If you'd shut your fat lips for a second, you'd be able to catch it.
You're literally
So,
black, but I have
yeah,
that.
again.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You
that's
said
fine.
that.
So again, right? You are claiming that he would somehow not have responsibility for the evil that exists in this world, despite having your definition of all knowing properties,
literally
right? And I'm
stupid.
trying to explain to you how that's not the case. Do you want to
You're actually
respond? Or?
stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't explain shit, nigga. You're just repeating the same fucking claim.
What are you confused about? Maybe it can help.
Yo, Coco, are you listening or am I like? Cause on God, I damn near think I should just disengage because this nigga's so dishonest.
What
Steel
was
man my
dishonest, right?
fucking position.
I think
No bullshit.
you're the one being dishonest because you said
Steel
that I
man my
straw manned
position,
you.
bro.
You weren't able to display the straw man.
Steel
You've
man my
named
position,
multiple
please.
fallacies throughout the course of our conversation,
Okay,
but you weren't
whatever you
able to
say. Steel man my
substantiate the
position.
fallacies that I supposedly committed, which is dishonest, right?
Can you
So I
steel
don't
man my
think that I'm the one
position?
being dishonest. Like I
Can
need
you
you to
still man
relax.
my position?
Yeah, your position is that okay. I'll assume in your position on all knowing, right? Because I was having a conversation
Just
with the person
all
before
knowing.
you, right? So you're saying that all knowing translates to having total epistemic knowledge outside of space and time, right? That we cannot comprehend prima facie, in your words, right? Of everything, right? So he's outside of space, he's outside of time. He completely thinks on a different timing than we do. We don't operate under the same system. He knows everything, anything to know. He knows all truths. He knows all falsities.
Have you ever read on Actus Purus?
On what?
Actus Purus.
No.
Okay, that's the confusion.
How was my steel man, by the way? Was it actually a
It
straw man, or
wasn't.
did I
It
actually
was-
hear what you
it
said when
was-
you were
it
yelling?
was- Wait, what? Say it again.
Yeah, did I straw man you, or did I actually
Yeah.
listen to what you said? What was the straw man?
You. Okay. Because after you think that you repeated my stance on him being all knowing, you then went, okay, that means if he's all powerful, blah, blah, blah. You then repeated the same claim. That's a straw man. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what did I straw man? No, matter of fact, what does it mean to straw man
I just
someone?
told you, you're
What does
building
it
up
mean
an
to straw man
argument that
someone?
I didn't make. That's what a straw man is.
Like I'm actually starting
Like,
to
stop
think
trying
that
to
you're
act
just,
like I'm stupid, my nigga. Like,
You-
you're
you
about
kind
to
of
piss
are.
me
I think
off.
you
This shit
are.
is so fucking annoying.
I genuinely think you are, bro.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I make more money than you. I'm in college getting a better degree
Here he
than
goes
you.
with the
I have a
money. Like,
higher
no one
IQ
cares.
than you. Like, nigga, I'm literally, by all
Did he just say
objective
he's cuter
standards,
than me?
smart.
Hello? Who's
My
gonna be the man?
IQ
Like,
is
who's gonna be
higher
the man,
than
bro?
yours, nigga, is what I said. My IQ.
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
that's very evident. Yeah.
So by all objective standards, I'm quite literally smarter than you, dipshit. Stop doing
Yeah.
this dick measuring contest.
right.
Because we can just do rhetoric, but I'm actually just trying to have a fucking
I'm
conversation.
not even being rhetorical.
I don't
Like,
know.
I'm just being honest
Yo, my
with you.
nigga. Can you have mutual respect? Otherwise, I'm just
I
gonna
don't
stop
respect
engaging,
you.
'cause
I
you're
told
so
you this
fucking
before.
annoying.
You're a misogynist.
I don't
You're
give a
an awful person.
Nigga,
I don't respect you.
I'm not a misogynist, dipshit.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Coco, am I a misogynist? K-Miz, am I a misogynist? I wish Missy was here. Who's
Yeah, ask the men what they
resident
think
woman.
instead of asking
Am
the
I a
woman.
fucking misogynist,
right?
my
Yeah,
nigga?
makes total sense. Good stuff.
What did you say, dumbass bitch?
There we go. See, total
Look,
misogynist.
What did you just say?
Wait, you can't
say it
Total
again.
misogynist. See.
Say it again.
I said
Say it
it
again.
makes total sense for you to ask the men what they think about your misogyny as
And
opposed
then
to the
if you
woman who would know better than
shut your
anyone
dick
else.
sucker, I said if Missy,
See?
the resident woman, was here,
Yeah.
she would tell you I'm not misogynist.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're just so easy to make angry. It's crazy.
I'm
And I'm
angry
not
all the
even being
time,
that
nigga.
vague.
I'm the
Like,
Hulk.
I'm not even being
literally the Hulk.
rhetorical.
I'm angry every second of every day.
I
You're
just
not
think
doing
that's like a
shit. You didn't
reflection of
accomplish shit. I'm
your
angry
very
all the
low
time.
IQ, right?
What slur?
Like, this is literally someone who
Wait, what
runs the
slur?
panel with the
Wait,
host.
what slur though?
But he's called me a bitch, a stupid bitch, to be clear.
Yeah,
I think
stupid
4
bitch. Yeah,
times
that's exactly
now.
what I said.
Yeah, but
There
you
he goes
can't.
again.
You can't say
I
that.
didn't say it. I said stupid buh. That's what I said. Holy fuck, stop crying. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but you
Like,
can't
B,
say that.
you are the biggest crybaby. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, Prince,
My nigga.
Prince.
Coco, no, Coco, I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
I was being OD respectful, and I know you was listening. I had a calm fucking tone. I was engaging with just pure substance. This nigga keeps giving straight ad homs, straw manning, being dishonest, and then fucking lying, and then she gets to say names and be condescending the entire time. And then when I get frustrated, I go, gang, can we be respectful? Can we stick to the substance? Can we be... I've said it how many fucking times?
Yeah. I think it was
I mean,
going...
like, you keep apologizing for something you keep doing over and over. Like, if you apologize for
apologized
calling
one
someone a
time, and then I
slur,
just did it
and
just
then
now.
you call them a
Yes.
slur again, obviously this means nothing.
Bro,
But I haven't
you're so
ad-homed you
stupid.
at all.
Bitch is not a slur.
I haven't. Yes,
It
it is.
would
I
be,
haven't.
yeah.
I haven't disengaged from your argument, or I haven't even like said your argument is trash.
Bitch
because
is a
you're X, Y, or
misogynistic
Z,
insult, not
right? I've
considered
just
a
said
slur.
that you're stupid,
I
but
just
me saying you're
Googled it.
stupid, to be clear, is not an ad
I just
hom. It's
Googled
just
it.
an
You're
acknowledgement,
wrong.
right?
Wait,
So ad hom
Googled
is
it,
going to
you're
be
wrong.
me discrediting your argument on the basis of your mental handicapness. I didn't discredit your argument on the basis of your mental handiness. So
Yo,
it's
this
just,
she's so annoying, gang. I can't.
so it's not an ad hom. But
I think
yeah.
you guys
It's
just
quite
need
literally
to...
an ad-hom.
Glad we could get that cleared up.
Well, I think you guys just need to agree to disagree. But also,
This is literally, you are literally the most annoying nigga I've ever met on a platform.
Well,
Like, no
hold
bullshit.
on. But Prince, like new age stuff, like bitch is the equivalent of like someone calling us the hard R. Like women don't want to be called bitches.
Okay, I'll grant that. I don't have that. This is why, again, I said earlier, we grew up in different cultural situations because every bitch in my city is called a bitch, and they don't care.
Here he
Don't
goes
give a fuck.
again. Like, can't even help himself.
Did I call you a bitch? No, I said the word
You
bitch.
did, to be clear, call me a bitch, just not
Yo,
right now.
did I just call her a bitch?
You did not just call me a bitch, but you have called me a bitch.
Stop using the word.
Wait, hold on. This is so dishonest. Are we actually gonna let her do this bullshit?
But Prince, you just stop using the. You're spamming the word at this point, bro.
Okay, gang. Whatever, bro. Whatever, gang.
It's crazy.
If it was a slur, you know what TikTok would have did? Got me the fuck out of here like they did on all my other accounts.
They haven't taken you down for saying the N-word either, but that's obviously a
'Cause I'm
slur.
black!
You think TikTok can tell you're black? What the fuck are you on?
Yes!
Yeah, TikTok just
When
checks
white
your
people
account
say
to
it,
see
they
if you're
get
black
taken
when you say
down.
the
Are
N-word.
you dumb?
Holy shit, you're bad.
Wait, actually, Beep. There has been a history of like when white people say it, they get like flags, but when black people say it, they
Yeah,
don't
they
get
probably
flagged.
say it hard R, bro. Like, come on.
I don't know how. but,
Like, yo,
for some
you are
reason,
so dumb, gang.
Mhm.
It is kind of that way.
Do you think that everyone watching the live would agree with you that I'm the dumb one?
I don't give a fuck about anyone's opinion but my own truthfully.
Irrational.
Justify that it's irrational.
It's irrational to take into account information from outside sources because these can obviously be good
said I don't take in
justification for
information
actions
from
that we
outside
ought to take.
sources?
I don't know why you're interrupting me again. You're just displaying that you are irrational, in fact. But obviously, if we can get outside information to validate our claims or to validate our judgments, we ought do this, right?
Yeah,
and
I
you think that
obviously do that,
that we
right?
shouldn't
You
do that.
dumb-
It's just going to be
dumbass nigga.
irrational. So.
Yeah, I obviously do that, right?
No, you don't. You just said you don't care what people think, right?
No,
That's
I
just
said I don't
irrational.
care about anyone's opinion on the panel.
Which is irrational.
It's
I
irrational
just
to
gave you
not
the
care
argument
about.
for why it's irrational.
It's
You didn't have any
irrational.
contention, so I think it's fine, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to give the contention, but you won't shut your dick
Okay,
sucker
what's the
again.
contention?
Yo, can you shut your dick sucker?
What's the contention?
Can you shut your dick
What's the
sucker?
contention?
Shut your dick sucker, I'll say it.
What's the contention?
Shut the fuck up and I'll say it.
the
Stop
contention?
talking. You want to get the last word, nigga. Just
What's
shut your
the
mouth.
contention?
Shut your dick
What's
sucker and
the
I'll give it to you.
contention?
You
What is-
literally won't
what-
shut the fuck up.
What is the contention?
Why do you keep asking me and
What
then
is
keep
the
talking?
contention?
Yo, nigga, are
I
we
want a
watching
direct
the same
answer
shit?
to the question I'm
Yo,
asking.
you are
What's
actually the most
contention?
annoying
Can we
bitch.
just like move forward?
Yeah, there he goes again. Wow, good
Prince,
stuff.
Gang, shut up so I can tell you
there
the
it goes.
contention.
Listen, Coco, I don't know you that well, but I mean, I really hope you take some
Holy
time to reflect
fuck.
on who your mods are after this, because this is fucking.
I'm not a
ridiculous.
mod no more. He took it away because he
Oh,
clearly
okay,
likes you more.
Well,
Well, it's not about
You're
liking
right.
someone
Stop-
more. You're
so
just
stop
an awful
crying.
person.
Wait, no.
hello.
Stop crying.
Wait, no.
He doesn't
both-
like me more. You're just a piece of shit.
Wait,
Like,
to
what?
clarify,
I'm a piece of
both of you guys are my friends. But at the same time, like, Prince, you can't spam the word bitch the entire live, bro. And then too,
Coco, if Missy
well,
was here right now, she would let this slide. Say on God, if Missy was here right
Missy
now,
would
she
not
would
let
this
you
slide.
say bitch repeatedly
No,
throughout the live.
no. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I know Missy would get on my case for saying bitch. Do you think that Missy would let her do this bullshit that she been doing this whole time?
Why would I care about her opinion? I'm
Bro,
like
nigga,
you.
shut the fuck up. No one's talking to you,
I'm like
nigga.
you.
Like, no one's fucking talking to you, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about people's
Coco,
opinions.
But I
the
think-
host.
Yeah.
Do
But
you
like,
think Missy would let this shit slide? She'd
no.
be like, no, she's being dishonest, rude, condescending.
Well,
Should have called her a
wait,
bitch.
hold on. Wait,
That's what she would have said.
Wait. Okay. To be fair, Beep did steel man your position at one point, but also Beep, do you think you're being a little bit condescending towards him? Like, there's an inch of
this
it.
is so this is the issue that I have with this like condescending shit, right? Obviously, I'm gonna be condescending towards him. He's called me misogynistic slurs, I think 7 times.
That's fair.
He called me a
Yeah.
good girl. He said to close my cocksucker.
That's fair.
He's not a person that deserves
Yeah, I
any
say
kind
that
of
to men,
Here he
too.
goes again.
Chill,
Shut up.
let her
He
finish.
doesn't deserve any respect whatsoever. And if I'm gonna be condescending to him, absolutely, right? He cannot control himself.
Oh, okay.
And I think that there's a certain point, like with dog training, you have to give them a stimuli, and teach
Like,
them.
yo,
you know,
she's
to
calling me a
be,
dog. That's literally the male
here he
equivalent
goes.
of a bitch.
See,
No,
he's not
No?
there yet. But
like
you have
she
to
literally
train him
just
up,
gets
right?
to talk shit the whole time,
So-
but then when Prince does
So,
it, it's like,
to be
oh.
clear, I'm not talking shit,
Like, yo,
right?
this shit is
I'm
so
being a
funny.
little
You
rhetorical.
just called me a dog, you
and
dumb
I'm
motherfucker.
also, yeah,
Like,
I'm
alright,
not
man.
going to treat you with
I
respect
think
if you're
both
gonna
people are.
talk to me the way
I think
you
both
do.
people are insulting, but yeah, I think at this
but you-
point, like,
Coco, but I've been
I think
trying
that
to
my
stop, gang. I've been
condescension
trying
is
to move
absolutely
on and do
justified.
substance. She's been rude the whole time.
I think I'm justified in the way that I'm speaking to this.
You're calling.
I think to
bro,
an extent, yeah, but I think both parties have done things that are.
If she's
a bit,
justified,
like,
I'm
undercard.
justified. So shut the fuck up with the crying, then, Beep.
Listen, there's no dicks
If
around.
you're
You can close
justified,
your
I'm
mouth.
justified. So shut the
There's
fuck
no
up.
dicks around. You can close your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. So you
No
just
dicks
said close my
around,
dick
you can
sucker.
close
It's
your mouth.
universal, right? Because the mouth that you're talking through can get a dick put in it, nigga. It don't
Yeah.
got nothing to do with you being a woman.
But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I need a break from this, and people.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
we should
Have a good
chill.
one.
But yeah, come back
Yo,
anytime. Beat,
Beat,
you're always
go
welcome.
fuck yourself.
Wait,
Why
stop,
would you play
stop,
tag
stop,
on a
stop,
busy
stop,
interstate,
stop.
gang?
We're not gonna end it like
Just
that.
told me to
No,
end my life.
bro.
Wow, good stuff.
Prince, I get it, but like, let's call it, guys. Let's call it. You guys clearly just don't like each other, and you guys are not compatible. It is what it is. I'm friends with both of you, so it's cool. But
I don't know. I'd say like telling someone to end their life over a debate is kind of crazy.
I didn't
but
say that. I said go play
You
tag on a
said
busy
play
highway.
in a busy interstate. That's very, very
Does
much.
that mean? Does that entail that you're gonna pass away?
Absolutely, that means go.
No, it
on your
doesn't.
life.
You dumbass nigga.
Good night,
No, it
guys.
doesn't. You dumbass
Good
nigga.
night.